We're alive. Ha! We managed. Got background music and everything. Hi! Welcome back to Overtake G. My name's Renee. My camera says the mode instead of telling me how the picture is. That's smart. There we go. Alright, I can see Wild in Hay and Kurtovich 100 already in the chat. Let me know if everything works, if you hear everything correctly. And if it works as intended, because that would be always good, right? Can I go back to... my Streamlabs decided to show me the calendar instead of showing me what we have on the stream. There we go. Forehead cam is working. That is good. Dry69, that's the important bit. Where's our chat on screen though? Where's the chat box? Is there, it's just not working. Why is it not working? Why can you not see your own chat? That is a bit weird. We had that last time around. Hey Garrett. Alright, because people curious if the handling feels weird, so would like to hear your thoughts on it as I've pre-ordered this and I'm starting to get worried. Alright, we will get behind this. Don't you worry. Oh look, I just dragged the chat. I just took it and pushed it away. That's not the one that I wanted. I wanted the alert box to be on a different space. We will get there. Alright. So, let's basically just head into the menu and then have a look. So, bring on gameplay. No, I wanted to grab a driver. That was correct. I just grabbed the wrong session. Alright, so this is the main menu. We got the usual multiplayer, single player. By the way, confusing to me that it's multiplayer before single player. Wasn't the old school way always single player, multiplayer? But never mind. I will quickly showcase you my graphic settings before. I learned from NASCAR 25 stream, right? So this is what I'm currently running. No depth of field. Everything else is basically very high, ultra, and on. I mean, texture filtering we could go to by 16, but I think I will leave it by now. For that, we run no DLSS, nothing. So this is on a 5080 with a 9800 X3D AMD. Multiplayer singular player. Gamer Muscle was playing the AI on 60% and said they were like a bunch of stumpers. Really? I had a few test races just to quickly see if everything works. And I had there a very different view, but let's see. So, this is graphic settings, display, as you can see, that's my current resolution. We're running one screen. We got everything else. This is the assists, no racing line, traction control authentic, ABS authentic, auto clutch for today I'll put for force on, no auto cut, no auto blip, trailing throttle, downshift protection, everything authentic, no pit box indicator, and no auto pit limiter. Verstappen doesn't dive in bomb and never get a penalty. About penalties, wait for that. I just did a test race to see the frames per second and stuff. And we will get to the topic of penalties. I'm running an EtherTech Invicta wheelbase. I'm currently running a normal Forte wheelbox with a D-shaped steering wheel for today. Running an Heusinkfeld MaxShift Mini shifter that I really like. Unfortunately, so far, it seems like the game does not allow me to map my shifter pedals on the wheel and the MaxShift Mini by Heusinkfeld. So I think I will have to change it between depending on which car we're driving. So, yeah, that's it. I'm running CPP Evo pedals by Conspit, which means at the start of the game there is now a wizard that tells you, oh, do this and that with the steering wheel. The wizard obviously does not accept my pedals at that moment because it probably just grabs one of the devices. Once you set it up though, so in the controller bindings, no problem at all. You see it here for the steering wheel base. There's the Invicta. I got my axis on. Heusinkfeld MaxShift Mini, up and down. And then we got the Conspit Evo for the pedals. Don't get confused. Their axis logos are quite funny. But it works, right? So there's no problem. You obviously kind of preferences in terms of distance and units. As I'm European, we'll run everything in metric today. Alright, I think that's enough. Don't know if if anyone wants to see the entire car list, I mean, we have that at overtake.gg, but we can go through it. And yes, Walden Hay is absolutely right. That is what I experienced as well. Can we check the hypercars? Like, if the battery actually does anything like affect braking when empty, bump start, etc. Yeah, we can also look into that. I did not check the hybrids at all yet, which means I also didn't put the hybrids on steering wheel yet. But we can quickly look into cars. I mean, this is GT3. We got the NSX. We got the AMR Vantage. The 2022 Vantage. GT3 Evo R8. The M4. Also an Evo configuration. We got the Corvette, which I really like in terms of optics. Amazing looking car. The Mustang GT3, Michael's favorite car and my least favorite car. I really just don't like how it looks. You got the liveries, by the way, over here, which I think is quite nice. You just quickly click on it, and then that's done. We've got the Huracan GT2 Evo, which looks good. I mean, it's a good-looking car. Can't say anything about that. And obviously the Porsche 911, was it 992 GT3, I think. Other classes, let's go all the way. Start from LMDH. So we got the Acura, which I absolutely love, because when the Acura came out, I thought it's a super sexy car, and it was a no title. So I like to see that. I think it looks cool. The liveries are unfortunately a bit generic, besides this one here, which I think looks cool. But the other two is, I think, the generic show-off liveries. The Mustang just has so much cars and coffee PTSD. That's another one. The Alpine, also nice front end, to be honest, similar to the Acura. We got the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Good looking car. The M Hybrid V8. I think you can't make liveries yet. You can just change them. The Cadillac. Everyone knows that one, and especially from the bump start. The Lamborghini SE63 LMDH. That's obviously the cover car. Some nice liveries as well. Yep. The Peugeot 9X8. So basically Yannick's favorite car. So the other overtaking. Yeah, we'll look into the AI because obviously we're running career mode now. We got the Porsche. Everyone knows that one. There's a lot of very similar looking liveries. And the Toyota, which has the same problem. Okay. LMP, we got the old R8 LMP 900. That's also the car that you saw at Gamescom or Sim Racing Expo. For them, the BMW V12 LMR. The Cadillac Northstar. And we got the Panos LMP1 Roadster S. What else? Group C, Jaguar XJR9. The Rotary Monster. My goodness me. That's a 4-rotor rotary, right? Love that one. Does it have? Oh, of course, it has the iconic livery. I saw this one in the Fuji Speedway Museum in Japan. Really nice. The Sauber C9, that's actually in the Motor World Cologne, if you want to see that live. So it's very close to our office. The R89C by Nissan and the 962C by Porsche. What else do we have? GT1, Elise GT1. I think that's a very rare one, to be honest. We got the Mercedes-Benz CLK LM. You got the Nissan R390 GT1, the Esperanto. I mean, everyone remembers that from back then, right? Porsche. I just drove that in a test because I love the livery. That's my favorite Porsche race car. And then the Toyota GT1, which actually has one road-going version, which is also in Cologne, which you can visit in the Toyota Museum if you ever visit Overtake offices. So, even has my number on, 28. GT, we got the DBR9. That's a good-looking car, by the way. The Corvette C5R. Since I owned a C5 a few years ago, I'm really looking forward to that. Love the C6R. I think that was a very, very cool car. Looks way higher here than I saw it in other titles. As in, like, the nose. The Viper GTSR. Classic. I mean, I love the game for the cars. I think there's a lot of nice ones. True, the McLaren F1. Yeah, that was the same year as the Porsches. 26B Bridgeport Insanity. Exactly. I love that. The Murcielago. Good looking car as well. Lister Storm. I think it's a great car. Just looks so cool with the rear fenders. The Maserati MC12 GT1. And then we have the Celine S7R. Alright, what else do we have? GT3s. We already went through those. 992 Trophy. A surprise, there's a 992 Cup car in it. GTO, we got the 90 IMSA GTO. I think that is a very common car by now in terms of titles. It's an iRacing, right? And it's a few others, and what's the Project Cars, if I remember correctly. Camaro Z28 GTO. We got the RX-7 GTO. That's kind of rare. The Kuga XR7 GTO. Don't even know who's the. Oh, Mercury. All right. And the Nissan 300ZX Turbo GTO. Also a very cool looking car. We got the sports cars from the 70 with the Lola T70 and the Porsche 917K. So for your old Le Mans vibes. GT4, we got the Alpine, which I think is a very good looking GT4. The Vantage, obviously. We got the R8. We also got the BMW M4. Camaro, it's a good one. Mustang, it's another one for Michael. The Mercedes. Got a Nissan, which is the 400Z, right? And the Cayman, the typical Cayman Club Sport, and the Supra even. Is that a Supra? I forgot Mercury was a brand. Yeah, me too, man. Totally. NGT, that's the one I love. The M3 GTR. Everyone who grew up with Need for Speed Most Wanted will know this one, right? The Dodge Viper Competition Coupe. Looks very different to the old GT1. The Vertigo by Gillette. It's also an odd one. The Marcos Montara. So many weird cars, but the Morgan Motor Company Aero AGT. So if you're into quirky cars, this is probably a very good title to get into. We got the Porsche 996 as an NGT. It's very bubbly. It's a bit like the Mazda MX-5 NC. It got very bubbly. And the TVR Tuscan T400R. What else do we have? The 964 trophy. That's a spec series as well. So it has the old 964 Porsche. And then we got the Mazda MX-5 trophy with the ND chassis. Also a good looking car. There's a lot wrong with this game. The car selection is absolutely lovely. Yeah, I mean, it will probably be extended, but growing up with the GTR games and GTR 2 from Simbin and all that, I think it's some cool cars because do I like the GT3s and how they look? Yes. Do I have enough of them in Sim? Kinda, right? Because we got them everywhere. So, let's choose something odd for the menu just because this is a cool car. Okay. Like the default R-Factor 1 engine sound. Car selector simulator, yeah. There's tracks, we can quickly look into that. We got the Brianza, which is absolutely not Monza. The Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Circus, Spa-Francorchamps. Then we got Daytona. Derbyshire, United Kingdom? Derby? Okay. Is that a real track? This is not Silverstone. Not that I overlooked something. Killarney, Lexington. And then we got Lime Rock Park, Mount Panorama. What's this? Northampton. Alright. Nürburgring. Nürburgring Nordschleife. Nürburgring Nordschleife 24 hours. Sebring. We're still one of the best looking tracks, still in R-Factor 2. Spielberg, which is the Red Bull Ring, right? Sao Paulo, Interlagos. And then we got Zolder. Derby's a real track? I remember because Senna got the lap record through the pit lane. Oh, really? Okay. Is Derby Donington Park? Oh, wait. No, that's not Donington. Wait, is that Donington Park? Down, up, up. Oh, yeah, chicane. True. That is Donington Park. You're absolutely right. Thanks, Necrodox. You're absolutely right. Okay, but I said we will actually look into AI and career mode, so let's just click single player, career, and start a brand new one. Welcome to the Career and Project Motor Racing. Start your motorsport journey by choosing one of 3 continents as your HQ. When making the choice, remember that while all cars and events are immediately available, the cost of cars and entry fees will be affected by the location of your HQ. That's real. Even travel and repair costs will automatically be deducted after each race weekend, so keep an eye on your expenses. Be aware that aggressive driving or poor finishes won't sustain a professional team for very long. I know a few race teams that have poor results. sustained for very long. Sponsorships are the lifeblood of your team. Before each season, select the terms that you feel give you the best chance of survival in this tough, unpredictable industry. Project Motor Racing is best enjoyed with a career experience option set to authentic. This locks the difficulty to 100 and disables race restarts. For those wanting to customize every element of the career experience, set the toggle option to classic. Good luck. Alright. So, yes, we will check the hypercars as of tomorrow. 100%. We will look into that. Let's quickly... We can also do that in between as well. Team name, obviously, Overtake. 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 Do we do Overtake GG? Driver name, that's me. Can we please change that? Yep. Renee Overtake. And then team location, North America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. We go Europe. So, sponsorship model. What's that? Rolling billboard. A traditional sponsorship arrangement. You're paid a flat amount per race, and that amount is based on the prestige of the car you're racing. Your performance doesn't matter with this model. You're a rolling billboard and nothing more. I mean, if I crash a lot, the car might be on camera a lot. Didn't PMR say the AI was based off of the top 10% multiplayer? Oh yeah, it could be. I remember that, yeah. Stroll doesn't understand. Your sponsorship model allows you to select from one of 8 different arrangements that supplements your race winnings. Be sure to select the model that suits your goals and driving style. You can only change it during the off-season. Okay. Competitive, you're paid a slightly higher flat fee per race that's derived from the prestige of the car you're racing, but there's a catch. You're only paid if you finish on the podium. This option is best for consistent drivers to anticipate great results in the upcoming season and desire predictable payout to balance the books. Ambassador, a model tailored for respectful drivers. You're paid a flat fee per race, regardless of your finishing position, so long as you bring the car home with no damage. This model is ideal for drivers who exhibit a great deal of sportsmanship and expect few troubles out on the track. Yeah, definitely not us. Event fees covered. The brand agrees to pay your championship fee at the start of the season, as well as your race entry fee. To compensate for them paying your entry fees up front, the brand takes a pretty major cut of your championship winnings at the conclusion of the season. Ideal for drivers who want to punch above their weight and enter a championship they can't quite afford yet. Ooh, okay, interesting. Winner. In the event you win the race, the brand matches your earnings. Ideal for ambitious driver whom winning is habitual, so basically for step. In the event you win the championship, the brand matches your earnings from the final championship purse. Ideal for drivers who feel the championship is certainty. Okay. Aggressor. The brand covers the full amount of your damage, repairs, expenses, but you agree to provide some sort of ROI by handing them a portion of your race winnings. Okay, a safety net for the drivers who are aware of the aggressive tendencies or entering a class with an elbows out brand of racing. So basically everyone in LMU right now. Then transports. Why on earth did they not get Ben Collins to read most of this and show out old Clarkson? If you both qualify and on pole and set the fast lap time in the race, the brand matches to pay off the race winner. The best option for those who want to chase the record books. Oh, okay. I think we will go with... I don't know. There were so many. Kind of like event fees covered because we could go everywhere, right? So... what do we do? Let's go rolling billboard. We need a bit of money for crashing. So, starting budget. Global operation, $2 million. Professional 11, $650,000. Now, we start journeyman driver. We make it as realistic as possible. Austin is there. Hey, Austin, man. Alright, career experience, we leave it to authentic. We do race length. What is career? Well, what is race length? How much is one time? I just leave it one time. Alright, confirm. Can we afford any car? How much money do we have? 100. Yeah, okay. Let's scroll all. Is it, but no, it's not. Not by payout. So trophy we can afford. MX-5 trophy. What do we do? MX-5 or 964 trophy? Chat. Quickly let me know. Where do we go? Both is affordable. Do we go historic or do we go nowadays? We got 2 votes for the MX-5 so far, 1 for the 964, 3 for MX-5, 2 for the Porsche, 4 for MX-5, 3 for the... That looks... I think it looks MX-5. That's... now everyone's going for Porsche, right? We have iRacing for the MX-5. MX-5, 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 MX-5. There's a lot of MX-5s, to be honest. MX-5 supremacy. I actually consider buying an MX-5. Like a road car. Not the race car. Race cars must have the motors in the right place. Which is at the front, right? It's MX-5. We go MX-5. We can't have an own livery, right? I want something where I'm sure that people on the racetrack actually see me. So they're not crashing me out. Can't take this one because that looks a bit like a traction livery. So Austin, if you're still there, where's the overtake livery? Why are we not in the game yet? What's this? Can't take it though. Let's go. I like the Soul Red of the real MX-5, to be honest. Do we go Soul Red? Race car? I like the blue. We go blue. Confirmed. Money spent. 82,000. Can we actually still manage an event? Like, can we do we still have enough money? So we got the United Kingdom MX-5 trophy. We got the US and US trophy. Not so we go entry fee 10,000. Championship purse 200,000. Yes. Can we register? We can still afford to register. We got 7K left. So we start in Northampton. We can retire right away. It's like down here. Can't see the section, but there is a retire button right below my my picture. All right, race. MX-5, is that nowadays... No, that's an 8-shifter still, right? Or maybe sequential, but it's not on the steering. So we'll leave it on the Heusingfeld Max shifter for today. Because they gave it for us for testing and reviewing, so there's no review out yet. So I'm using it. To be honest, while on one side I like that they show us a bit of track in these first shots, I think just a few slightly moving pictures would have been better, like this, or just moving the camera left and right. Because this kind of gives me a headache. Like the big movement. Can you show off a pit stop at some point? I haven't seen a single one. Oh, then we have to do that, yeah. So, it reminds me a bit of the old, like with the license, a bit like the old WMD times on Project Cars. When you had the Eiffel Forest for Nordschleife. We're in practice. You know what? We don't do practice. I'm Renee and I never practice for anything, so we just do next session. It's only 2 Germans in there. 1 Canadian who came over. Someone from Australia decided to join in. And the rest... Oh, we see Brits. It's not in Northampton. Let's just go out there. It is an 8-shifter, right? Does it have a pit limiter? Yeah, okay. You can drive through cars. It's kind of funny that I can see the driver then. I like that. But I will try not to crash into them. I like realism. Oh, is that slow after coming out of the GT1 in testing? Alright. By the way, I said before everything runs on Ultra, but no field of depth. So currently that gives us 116 frames per second. Wait, this track is different. Where do we go? Let me know if we need to make the game louder and stuff. Bin it and check the damage model. I will do that at the end of qualification. And then we look it up in replay. I like the AIM dash because I have similar on my real race car. But the previous version. I'm so bad at not Silverstone. Can I follow one of the MX-5s to figure out how to drive these cars? Because coming out of the GT1, this is really slow. I'm so bad. Okay, there's a bit of slip if we just launch it. Can feel the stuff in the steering wheel. It's nice. I feel all of the curbs. Eyes of Tomorrow, I got the Astra Cup car, so the works race car from Opel Motorsport in 2013. I did not buy it in 2013, but that's from where it is. It was an own Cup series in the NLS or VLN here at the Nürburgring. Let's try to... It's probably a second gear corner in this car, right? Yeah, I need to carry way more speed onto what's now called Hamilton Straight, right? Check the other cameras. We can check. We got the hood. Okay, so we probably had roof. This is hood. That's from behind. Not really a good third-person drive, I tell you that. Some nice crackle in the exhaust. We had that. Right, let's try it here again. Yeah, some nice noises next to it. It's really confusing to drive this view. Let's go back. Game audio is a little low. Let me super quickly fix that. Let's bring it up a tiny bit because I turned it down a bit today. Like the game itself, because it was too loud for me. Let me know if that's better. Can we drift the car, actually? Let's have one good lap and then drift the car. Alright. I mean, you can feel it's underpowered, which it is in real life, so... We made it. What I don't understand is if you look top right now, the rear view mirror, still a little more. Okay, I will do a bit more off the lap. It's a weird aspect ratio. Everything is a bit flattened. Is that a fourth gear corner in MX-5? Nearly. And then we probably brake here at the start of the curve. Alright. I think we get a hang of it. Over the curb. Sending it. We're still nearly last. Yeah, that's not a great start for us in our career. I think we've been relatively quick here. This looks good. And we just have to send it a bit harder in here. Yeah. Alright. And maybe we can also be a bit harsher in here.
Session ends in 5 minutes.
So, I did a few test runs already in terms of for feedback. And I probably have a very weird take on it. And I say from the get-go, I'm someone that thinks in sim racing by now we have way too much feel and force feedback compared to a real car. Because obviously the real car doesn't transfer everything via the steering wheel. But that's the only thing we have in sim racing, so I kind of feel sometimes we're living in a very good life in terms of how much feel we get. I like the one in Project Motor Racing. Is it as detailed as, for example, R-Factor 2 or something? No. Does it give me a feel of, yep, this could be like one of my days on the real track? Yes. Because it's not as pronounced. Like I get the, like all the curves, all of that works. I get feel for what the rear does. I sometimes would love to get a bit more on the, oh, never mind. Get a bit more on the front tires. That would be good. Hey Alaric. But yeah, it's like, I think it's solid. Like, compared to what's out there, there have been games with worse. For sure. Like I said, if you're into super detailed, then this might not be enough. But Well, it could go a bit lighter, to be honest, but I also have to admit, right away, I did not spend a lot of time yet setting it up. I'm running my usual iRacing profile on the wheelbase right now for this, and a few changes in gain in Project Motor Racing. So you can probably still get way more out of it. Like I said, I would like to get a bit more at the front tire, like load on it, but I know that there is settings, for example, in every single car for exactly that, for load. So we could probably make it better. This is running on a 5080 with a 9800 X3D, so quite beefy, and we got always above 100 frames with everything on ultra. We tried to cut that a bit. Whew. But it worked out, nearly. AI must be great, because we suck. Oh, we can't do a crash test because we have to pay for it, right? Completely forgot about that one. We have to become quicker. We need the money. At 2,500, whatever, 1,440, yes. You still have seen a pit stop work. I mean, we could... Can we just go into the pits? That's what you do. There's no button, because I did not see a button, I think. Oh, that was a good corner, finally. But let's go into the pits real quick. Let's do the F1 esports way of winning this. Oh, there it is. 60. Oh! Why was limiter on? Is it 60 miles? Ah, it's 60 miles. Alright. All of that is manual. I like that. Oop! Do we make it? Do we not make it? Was that not good enough? Oh dear. Oh, you need to be really good. Oh my goodness me. Alright. I couldn't drive onto transport. Just imagine you would also need to put it on a trailer, like when we brought a race car to Sim Formula Mastery. It's a ton of work. Just hang up the wheel. Thanks for your support, Eyes of Tomorrow. I have a VLN pole position. What about you? Like a real life one. I'll let some people through and see if I can actually figure out what I have to do in this car to be quicker. Oh, that... You really have to nail that one, otherwise they're coming so far outside. Never return to Tageslicht. Recently bought LMU, which I think is a good choice. I mean, I get when people say personally there's no need for another one, but there's so many people out there. Like for other people there is a need for more titles, so. Oh really? We are dead last. Oh my goodness me. This will be interesting. We should have done practice. We're way too slow through here, I think, compared to everyone else. Yep, I agree with the career mode. That's also the one thing you can ask the PMR peeps. Like whenever I sent them an email to ask about something, it was like, "Can we try career mode? What is in the career mode?" It's like I really wanted to do that. Okay, can we still do something in the vehicle setup? I'm not really good at it. Fuel used recorded stint. What? Minus 25 liters? It's confusing. Tire compound. Here, that's what I meant, like this. Force feedback. I mean, it's only but more than a second. So I think we can make this happen. So obviously we don't want to be last. And now we get to the part that I kind of dislike right now about PMR. So am I fine with those looks and drives? Yes. But I'm a bit disappointed with these overlays. I mean, they've probably fit the Goodwood Festival of Speed, but I don't know. I think 25 liters in one lap. Yeah, exactly. I think I was expecting something a bit more modern. So yeah, obviously it takes a while until we see the Overtake GG car, because I'm racing all the way in the back. As Connor said, Renee actually racing. Did not happen a lot lately due to all the work at Overtake, but let's see. It's marbles all over the track. Jake Hodges. It's the first person we want to beat. How's the grid limit? Yeah, we can figure that out. We will clutch in, go first gear. Alright. There's Hodges. Let's get him. Car was a bit loose. Oh, right through the middle. Look at me, boys. We're going places. I don't know where to go from here, to be honest, but... Oh, someone just drove into me. I think Ericsson hit us. Went a bit wide. Who cares? No one needs these cones. We at least gained 2 spots. Could be way worse. We still got 119 frames per second on the straight. They were braking earlier than me, but they got out way faster. Alright. I think I have to become a lot better. They're carrying more speed than me. I'm very pointy right now on this car, which obviously doesn't work well with a momentum car like the MX-5. I will need to carry way more speed. Ooh, that was tight. We're still going, we're still going. So the question is, I think we're gaining. Oh yes, we are. Duck in the slipstream. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do not simulate that just yet. We're not really gaining in slipstream, are we? They roll it more into the corner than me, and they also don't drift. So, I'll give them that. Alright. But we are closing the gap. Yes! Alright. So AI, inauthentic, definitely not slow. Here in the quick corners they seem a bit off. Oh, leaned against me. Maybe I get him on the exit. Not really, no. Oh yes! Like in a cart. Come on, little MX-5. Come on! Why is he gaining? Why is he gaining on me? Oh, that was a beautiful line. Got a bit more speed, but it doesn't help because the MX-5 is not fast enough, is it, to make a move here? Dude, I have to pay for this car! And believe me, in real life, on the first time someone touched my car, I was nearly crying. Alright, we got him. We gained a position, and we're 9th. Oh yeah. Now we're hot. I think we're still to point into that one. But we're definitely quicker now. There we go. Look at that little MX-5. We're getting it. They're gaining on me at the end of the straight, which is really funny. Oh, he did a good maneuver there on the outside. But we're making on the exit across. They're so strong into the chicane. My goodness me. How is he even doing that? Wow. Alright. Halfway through. Yeah, I already saw AI fights, but not a lot, I admit. That's heavy damage! Oh my goodness me. This will be expensive, Renee. But we're up to 8th. And I think we can get a bit more. We can get a bit more. Hey, Hera, Foxy. How are you, man? Like the brake feel I like, but obviously I'm running the hydraulic pedals, which also helps a lot. I already tried cars without ABS, which was controllable but still challenging. So I was okay with that. Michael is still in LA. He was commentating on the Gran Turismo World Tour. And then decided to stay a few days to have holidays. And then he returns and I will fly over to DreamHack to Stockholm then. So we're basically swapping. He comes back and I will then do some of our travels. Come on, I want to gain a few more positions. Ah! Can make it happen. We'll make it happen here, 100%. Oh, no! Ah. Oh yeah, Ren Sports Mirror. Let's not talk about that one. Like, am I a big fan of this one here? No. But the in-car ones actually show the real rear, like with rear wing and everything, so I like them. But the virtual one, I dislike due to the compression. But the Ren Sport ones, they're different on every single display you look. You got the in-car display that looks very different to the real one, and then it's a very different system. And the resolution on it is very, very bad. What I'm a bit disappointed, but that's a detail again, is like the horizon. It's not as sharp as I would like it to look. Yeah, fastest lap, great, but I only have another 2, I think. I need to progress. Send it! Just send it. I love how it starts like to wiggle under braking like it does in real life. That is really cool. It's a fun car to drive. Oh, I got a bad exit. FPS for me are great. Yes, I'm constantly above 100. Guessing 5,000 damage on the car. Yeah, probably. But maybe we get the top 6. That will be strong. After the very bad qualifying. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. What way through? Way too deep in there. We get another lap, right? So there is a chance for a top 5 finish. I'm on a wheel, Azotec, Invicta wheelbase, and Conspid Evo pedals. The CPP Evo. Oh, we got good. They're definitely not great in turn 1. But they're so strong on rolling the car and the brakes into the corner. Crazy. Oh, I couldn't get it done. No. Ah. Come on. Why am I not getting that done? I want to get top 5 finish. He got very deep into the corner and then brake mid-corner. We got a bit more exit speed, but obviously we're too far away to make a move. Try to be more aggressive here, but we would need another lap. I messed that one up, so no top 5 finish. Whew. We gained 6 positions though. And as you can see, I mean, it even shows us, right? There's only one position swap that wasn't us. Ellie Walton overtook Jasmine Sherrington. That's it. Paint job customization is none right now. As far as I saw. Finish the weekend. Finish position 6th, you earned 4,140. Oh my goodness me. Is damage way higher than that? Ooh. Yeah, it's like I thought about the same, Austin. It's like I saw a few overtakes in the GT1 where I tried, but I know from the MX5 and Cup racing in general I watch that there is not a lot of overtaking depending. Still, obviously I would like to see a bit. Oh my goodness me. The car looks awful. Holy! But is it garage and then repair or what? Okay, I can have multiple cars. Can I repair 6,700? Oh, we got more repairing than we earned from the race. We still got enough money, luckily. So we will repair the car. Our appearance is just... Okay, that's just that. Can we... No, we cannot change anything there. Alright, let's quickly do the second one. Begin event. Which is Donington now, right? Why repair? Because I like my car to look good on the grid. I once got blamed, so... the guy who owns a race team for over 40 years, I've bought my first race car from him. My second as well, actually. And, he blamed me massively to a race that we both signed up for when he realized that my car wasn't completely washed and polished before bringing it to the grid. Holy shit. But yeah, you can easily retire in terms of money. You saw that there. Things can go wrong. We will once again not do practice because we do not care. And then we do this. Still counting pennies for fuel driver. We actually spent more money on repair than we gained from 6th position. Alright. Let's do it. Donington T1 is not my best corner. Yeah. He says that and drifts wide right away. Now I want to mow the lawn here with my tractor. Oh, it's not fast enough. We're not carrying speed. Warning, track limits. That's another one. It is obviously cold tires, yes. But I'm also not very good in turn 1 in general. If anyone remembers the race room championship we raced in, I have been at Donington. So good runs here. That's more my sector. But T1, I lost a ton of time every time. Is that a 3rd gear corner? Yes, it is. Alright. Imagine you have to pay for tires and fuel on top of everything else. I mean, I know that from real life, and it is a ton of money, and it's not great. Not fun at all. So yeah, I hope the entry fee covers that here. Just imagine we'd also really need to pay for tires. That would be so much fun. Maybe there will be an ultra-realistic DLC or update at some point. Like, I can send them all the invoices and bills you get in the lower classes. They can have all of that information for German races. The air was fine. I enjoyed racing. I mean, they're fast in this authentic mode, that's for sure. Oh, that was an awful last corner. It's another corner I'm not good at in Donington. Let's see if we can somehow make it. Do you feel that this game looks like AMS2? I mean, Bruno, that is... Are we really talking how it looks? Because that obviously is just a given. Like, it's games in a 3D engine. Like, we have the more static ones, like R-Factor, that got dynamically patched over time. And then we have the sims that look a bit more dynamic, and also from the colors and all that in their engine already, which is AMS or Project Motor Racing. I talked to Chris before going into the stream, and we both agree that saturation and color in general looks really good in PMR. It looks realistic, which I like. It has some cartoony vibes here and there, but that is probably because I'm used to sims that I call undersaturated or a bit bland in terms of looks, like iRacing, for example. It's rarely a great looking sim in terms of color and vibe. From the back of the grid. It wasn't that bad. Come on, man. Alright. I think we're doing decently there. Hating on the lighting. I saw a bit of night racing, like I did a bit of night racing before going into the stream. Which is a tough one. Because night racing is also not great in real life in terms of how it looks. Keep in mind, like, most sims, or basically all of them, look great on sunset. That's in general awesome for marketing pictures and stuff like that. It's just a great mood. It looks cool, low sun and all that. And they mostly look boring on midday, sun higher up, right? So this is currently not a sunset sitting, and I still think it looks good in terms of lighting. So I think that is a plus, because there are titles that look way worse in standard time, let's say that, while they look great in sunset. So headlights, I can already give you an interesting thing from my test before the stream. People like AI crashed into each other, and they lost different headlights, one on the left, one on the right, and that was displayed correctly in terms of the light cone in front of the car, which was really nice to see. I know it sounds stupid, but there are titles that did not do that. We're still by far the slowest car, right? We're braking too much there. How far away are we? 148.5, and I'm on 149.9. That's similar to last time. I don't know, that was the single player without paying, you know? So I can't tell you. A bit more aggressive here. Oh yeah. Lucky that the curbs aren't that high there. Let's see if we can somehow get closer to what we need there. Oh, over the front. And then over the rear. Alright. Oh, we... Oh no, everyone else got fast as well. Alright, never mind. That was bad. Like, we could carry way more speed if I would just get slower into turn 1 there, instead of having to lift off at the end. Ooh! Catch the curb inside. Oh, wow! That was tough. I love momentum cars. I'm not good at them, but they're so much fun. That is too far. Yep. Not catching grass, otherwise we're gone. What do you mean with squeezing like AMS2? Ooh, that was tight. You know what? We will actually go to the pits. Maybe we can watch the other cars go around the circle once. Yeah, I had some good battles in the first race, that for sure. Let's see how it is here. Oh, that's not the... Oh, we're using the short one. Alright, never mind. Sorry. Oh, he was slipping. That's the first time I saw the AI like going slightly sideways into the corner. That was cool.
Watch your speed. Don't overshoot the box.
That was some great parking this time around. Hello from Sao Paulo. I have been there before. In the game, obviously. In Lagos. You know, like when you get in the seat, gives you that nice little hug squeeze. I missed you. Let's go race. Can we return to pit and then spectate? Yes, we can. Let's have a look at the rest. We're only in 4th. Oh, so AI did improve. That's cool. So it's like a real session. That's nice to see. Oh, and a few more people from Brazil. Nice. Alright, so we tanked a bit in terms of lap time because everyone got quicker. That's fair. Have you had any crashes or frame drop? Other reviews are saying it's the main issue and seems to be more... Okay, so I had no frame drops at all. I had crashes on my second start before the stream. It actually crashed out when loading a track the first time. But since then, I tapped out multiple times now. I mean, I'm streaming. I probably visited 6 different tracks, but multiple times because I was looking into graphic settings and how FPS changed and stuff like that. And had no additional crash. What I had was when I restarted the game and just immediately clicked because I did not want the intro to stay too long. Windows popped up and said like, game is not reacting. I then thought that's probably me triggering it, so I clicked on wait for the game, and then it worked again. So since then it's working. Can you adjust the difficulty mid? Korea. This is authentic, so in authentic you can't change any of that. So... what is not a crash? Which game is absolutely expensive, like PMR? That last thing I said. No, it was like I said, that was just... It was something that looked like a crash, but it just didn't crash. That was me. So just saying in case some of the others report, oh, I had this crashing right away, then it might have been that. On all the menus are really finicky. The livery editors just decided to walk out. Don't know which title they're now talking about. Fully low Windows will complain. Yeah, weblock. That's what I meant. So other than that, it worked fine for me. And no, we don't want to quit to main menu. That's a dangerous one, right? Because wait, how do we go back? How do we go back? Oh! So we're out of the career mode then? Huh? How does that work? By the way... So we quit the main menu and now we don't have enough money to race. Oh, because we can't pay for the entry fee anymore. Really? Oh, come on. Yeah. So that's weird, because I was the spectator. So Austin, if you're still with us, how do we get out of the spectator if it's not back? Like, tell me. But that means this career is done for. Like, can we basically now retire? Because we can't afford it anymore. And then we don't have any new event, and we still can't afford it. So where's the sponsorship money coming in? How does that work now? I had one start. Total earnings 4,000. Total expenses 103,000. That's realistic racing. And we're basically just... Oh, we just messed it up. Alright. I'll delete this one. Oh my goodness, we do a new career. This time around, we actually go for more money so we can try some more cars. Go do some Uber Eats sim deliveries, yeah, to save us. That would be good. That is very weird. So, that is, by the way, a thing I realized in the menu 3 times already. That sometimes the back button also changes. So the back button is on the left, where it now says confirm, and then all of a sudden the back button is on the right, and then you do something wrong. So... that is a bit confusing to me. And this one now, like, we messed up an entire career just because we left the race to main menu, but there was no button back to race menu or back to pits or anything. So that is a bit weird. Yeah, banks would be also nice. That is true. Starting budget 2 million. We are rich now. Alright, so what can we buy? We can basically buy everything, right? We can we straight up buy our way into LMDH? Yes, we can. Ooh. Let's do this. You can't just stop the race to have a burger. I really like the Acura, and I never raced it in any sim. Would really like to try that. Oh wait, we try. Wait. We try something else just to save this one now. Can we? There's no going back now. I have to buy a car first. Okay. Let's buy this car. And then kill this career. Do a new one. Oh, no, everything's already in there. Great, and say event fees covered. And then confirm that. Well, 2 million, confirm. Cold tires, harder to drive. I mean, they're probably awful to drive in real life. Let's go Acura. Watch the Gamer Muscle video, complained about some FPS drops, engine sound ripping, and some UI bugs. Didn't have any engine sound ripping, as far as I heard, and we had none of the FPS drops so far. Where's the progress then? Yeah. This is just for us now to figure out how it is, right? No, I'm really sorry. Eyes of tomorrow, there will be absolutely no M Hybrid V8. Why? When it came out for iRacing, I tried it several times on the overtake stream, and I completely ruined my iRating with this car because everyone drove into me. Not doing that anymore. So it will be the Acura. This is what it is. So, event calendar. Where can we go? LMD World Championship. Championship purse. Entry fee is 0. Oh yeah, because all of our entry fees are covered. Oh, instant single races as well. Huh. Let's go the Spa 300, right? Let's just register for that. There's no upgrading the cars, no. At least I did not see any of that. 43 laps. That's a lot, actually. Can I still retire? Yes. What's with the others? Is that... What's on the World Championship, for example? It's a bit sad that it doesn't let me see the entries for the LMDH World Championship, for example, beforehand. Like, I would like to know who races there, which tracks do I have to go, like something like that. Why can we not... We have to register first, and then we figure out. We start Kialami. Oh my goodness me. Well, we go Nürburgring as well. Never mind. Alright. Race. So David, that really depends on where you come from. Do I... So far, and this is just saying, because I spent a bit of time in the FTP program, but this is obviously my first day now racing this version that I think is meant to be the release version, right? So there will be a full overtake review talking about all of that. But just for me racing in it, so far I would say it's solid, which I think nowadays already is a lot, seeing it as some releases we had in the last years. I like the driving so far. That was solid. Looks good. Does it look like GT7? No. Right? Does it look acceptable? Hell yeah. Is the FFB R-Factor 2? No. But is it solid? Yes. So, like I said, I did not spend a lot of time yet to set up the FFB. It might be a lot better. So, don't take that as final verdict. But so far, what we played tonight, what I played before the stream and what we play currently in the stream, everything was just solid. So, like I said, I don't want to judge it because I did not play it enough yet. But, yeah, the lighting in this one looks a bit weird. But it was solid in just using it. I could just race. I had good races. Like the first MX-5 race was fun. I did some GT1 racing before. So, yeah, that was fine. Where was the lowering of the car? Ride height adjustment. We can lower the car, yes, so we can see the changes. Okay, let's first go out there and actually figure out. You can also have pit setup predefined part of it, but I don't think you can actually create pit strategies like you can do in AMS, for example. Thanks for a subscription, Nikos. You have this, which is kind of nice, which didn't work on the MX-5, it seems, but like not correctly at least in that race, but it worked for me in the single player races. Let's just go out with the Acura. Ah, okay, it's also a car with bump start, yep. Alright. Oh, they all are. Oh, we should, wait. We should at least quickly let me, we can try now if that will work. Let's return to pit. Let's see if we can change the steering wheel. So we're taking that one off. Right, that's what I used in the MX-5. 60 cars online for offline 60 cars only for offline console. I can understand that. Because they had good selection of fictional liveries for most cars. What happened? I mean, they probably also bring some, right? Or they allow the mods. I mean, they have this mod shop, right? And there will be mods on overtake.gg for PMR. So probably there will be more liveries then. Let's see if we can just hot swap the steering wheel. Quickly go to the settings because we probably have to bind them new, right? Invicta wheel because we want to have gear up, gear down. We want the wiper toggle, light toggle. We want pit limiter. Where's my pit limiter? That one's here. We need ABS, which I have here. Plus, minus. You've got the different levels. That's nice. TC for me is normally here. TC1. Plus. Nope. Wrong way around. Plus, minus. And then we got brake balance. Plus, minus. There's deploy, which we do plus, minus. There's region. Plus, minus. Dash circling options we had last time. We can do them here. And then I think for now that will be enough. Let's start up the car again. Burp. There's the car. Oof. Obviously a tad quicker than the MX-5. Oh, way too much oscillation. I think I went overboard with the gain for the LMDHs. Oh, we got traction control. That's what's confusing me right now. Whew. Oh my goodness me, that car. Tires are super cold. Sorry, Porsche, just go by. I try to warm up the tires. Oh. We'll have to lower the TC once the car is a bit warm. But for now... they are ice cold. This is what Vanilla was singing about in Ice Ice Baby. You know? Holy hell. Can we get a bit of temperature in this, please? Oh, wait! So this time, look at that. That's a bit weird now. So on this car, we see our... the virtual mirror is the same as the in-car mirror. Both shows us now the rear wing. Oh, we're probably already flat spotting the tire before we made it one way around. Tires, please come back to me. Right now, it's so pointy. If you turn it in, you feel like the car is actually moving sideways due to how the cockpit is shaped. We need the tires to come to life. This is not working. Please, tires, come back to me. The TC is very aggressive right now. What's with the region? Like, we didn't even have time yet to play with it because I actually want to get faster because I want to get heat the tires up, but deployment. Okay, so we can have more power. Region limit set to. Okay. What's TC level? TC level. Now it's 2. Let's see if that works a bit better. So much power on the car. I only ever drove this track in ACC, so not really good at it right now. Oh, we got sun coming down. That obviously looks good. Oh, that's the hairpin. Yeah, alright. That looks nice. But like I said, that's obviously the perfect time for a sim in general. Ah, the car feels so because we still got the head movement on. Sorry, there was someone next to me. Because the head moves with it, which sometimes gives me a wrong feeling, obviously, due to the G-forces, what the car is really doing. But getting this car up to temperature is crazy. I think we're getting there. Oh. So aggressive. It's really aggressive. I'm sorry, this probably looks awful right now. But it looks great on screen in terms of like the reflection in the car. It's a bit too much oscillation now on our setting. I wonder if that is really just head movement that gives me the feeling of the car going so sideways. It might actually not do that. I mean, it's a very snappy car class in real life, so I'm fine with that. Hard to see what happen. Whew! Yeah, the default setup does not really help, that is true. On brakes, I kind of get a feeling for it. turn in is still a bit meh. Holy cow. We're obviously a ton slower than AI. So, obviously I never drove an LMDH in real life, so I'll not even go there. But I can tell you, I never had the feeling that cold slicks were a burden to me in racing. Until the day where I had... I did a pit stop, we changed the... like, I think from softs to mediums in the rear or something on the Cup car. So I had warmed up tires in the front, cold in the rear. And at Nürburgring GP part, it was the 24-hour layout, I thought, you know what? Mercedes Arena, you let the car slide a bit to warm up the tires, right? And the moment I thought about that in the corner and be like, if you just brake and then steer in, it's a front-wheel drive car, it should rotate. To me, I did not even touch the brakes yet. I probably did, but the car just spun on me immediately. Like, right away. By the way, there's no radar. I couldn't find any radar so far in the game. So sometimes overlook cars. And that showed me how dangerous cold slicks are. I never realized that because probably the race starts I had were always like slow anyway. But yeah, that was crazy. So can I understand that probably LMDH cars, they're fighting nicely AI here, that they drive like this? Maybe. I have the feeling like they should warm up a bit better, but I'm probably also not hard enough on them to warm them up properly. But I said that's hard to judge. Never drove an LMDH. I think in general it probably has to be a bit easier to even get into it, because if most people can't even reading on cold ice in real life, that were way more slippery. I said that I never had that feel, but also racing on Nordschleife starts off mostly cautious, so I never had to be on the edge on cold slicks right away. Yeah, on street that does make a lot of sense. So let's go race session. We just have a look if we get the cars up to. I mean, is the? Can we go softs? Yeah, probably rip through them right away. Oh, good idea. Is there setups we can load that are like? No. So there's only the default one so far. Let's just go out there and see what happens. Oh, this qualifying. So we have one more. Okay. That was practice. Killian goes for sliding everywhere. Let's see now that we have a better feel for them, like for the car, if it's a bit easier to get them up temperature. But obviously 33 degrees, that's like crazy cold. Can't even stay on the track. How can AI do that? AI is just like, goodbye, buddy. Maybe if we go less deployment. Like, no deployment right now. Let's just see if we can handle the car a bit better. Renee, you should concentrate on the damn track. This is not helping. Yeah, it's like AI looks like that's the easiest whatever, but outlap is tire warming time, yeah, but it's not even enough to do one outlap on this one right now. I mean, I already got a better feel for it, but you still see it snapping on me sometimes. But it looks better. I mean, keep in mind that it obviously came off the MX-5 Cup, which made it very different to get used to this one.
Timing's begun. This lap counts.
Yeah, it's like heating up the brake disc to then heat up the tires. It's obviously something I was hoping for. Yeah, just go by. Perfect. This already looks a lot better than what we did in practice. It's just like the oscillation that I have, because we didn't change any of the steering wheel setup yet. It was great on the MX-5 and the NGTs, but it's a bit too crazy here on the LMDHs. But like I said, I did not spend time, or a lot of time, in setting up the wheelbase. So pretty sure you can set it up way better than what I had. So we get the damn tire to finally play along a tiny bit. Still struggling with exit, but and then we will just get more power onto the car and see if it does well. Tires getting there. Let's get us a bit more deployment. I'm still so slow compared to AI. Let's lower traction control a tiny bit, so we get a bit less interference. Now we can also lean on aero, which is nice. Oh, AI! What are you doing? That was nice.
5 minutes remaining.
Finally get the tires to somehow relate. And then he's just tapping us on the rear. Which, by the way, does not seem to work the other way around. I tried several test races before the stream to tap the AI on purpose to spin them around. Nope. Kinda bricky, unfortunately. On one side, that makes a career nicer because you not just spinning out AI left and right, but they are a brick, at least the classes I tested, when you touched it. They're very stable and you're not. Alright, I think we're finally getting somewhere. I mean, we're still slow, like crazy. But we can now lean onto the car, which is nice. Like the tire and the aero. Super twitchy still. But I also don't think that these are easy cars in real life, to be honest. That's like I said, the problem here is, and you will see that on our channel, like Michael and me both did real racing, but he also now went out and tried out a few Porsche cars, and I actually went to Hungary to try out new Lamborghinis. Just to get a feel for them when they get into the sims, right? Like when they come to Assetto Corsa Evo, for example. And I always hate to judge a car, especially something crazy like this, without ever having driven something similar. Like, I drove a Temerario on racetrack now, which is 905 horsepower, 3 electric motors. And that was crazy on the exits already. So, seeing this to be a beast, yeah, I mean, it's not a slow car, right? And some of the slipping looks worse due to the traction control, because I react to it and then the traction control also catches the car, which is why I tuned it down now. To see if we can get closer to feeling really in control of the car. Like I said, I'm not saying that this is correct, nor that this is wrong, because I just don't know. It's like, I can tell you there will be a video on our channel with me driving a Temerario and Donington Park, and you will see it, and there it's way easier also than it feels in real life. There's so much correction out of the turn due to the hybrid kicking in and the electric engines giving you so much power coming out of corners. You could go sideways the entire time. So this feels, at least in terms of urgency that I need on the steering wheel, similar to that. But there's way more, like, the Temerario also tended in fast corners to lose the rear sometimes, because obviously it's not a race car in terms of aerodynamics. So here has good aerodynamics for a road car, but nothing compared to this, obviously. This feels a bit more planted once I lean onto the tire, but then you saw it there, it becomes a bit snappy. I hope we get at least one lap to see how far we are away from AI. Yeah, driving 69, I understand that, but it's obviously always what people will ask, right? And like I said, I just like it if I don't have any reference material and not enough laps. Now that the tires are warmer, we're getting way closer to how it was for me in other sims. But there's still a lot of power coming out of the turn, which I like. I mean, I think they should feel lively, those cars. It's still 3 seconds away, but the bigger problem is, like, do I overlook somewhere what my region and everything is? Like, is there anything showing us the current state of the car? Wonder if that's still too much slipping there. Oh no, we locked the front tire. Ah,
Checking flag this lap. End of session.
that could have been a good one. At least for, like, are there wait, now we can at least check brake bias, region limit, deploy limit. But can I see somewhere what my current? Oh yeah, battery's next to ref meter. All right. And yeah, it builds up when I brake. Alright, so that's where I can see how much power there still is. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I'll just spit. You know what? Before I destroy it any further, we just go return to pits. And then we go next session.
It's not what we expected to finish in qualifying, but we can try and make it work from there.
Oh really? It's not what you expected? You saw me in free practice. How can you expect better than this? Mr. Race Engineer. Tell me, please. Oh, it's a bit sad that the LMDH Championship here in the career mode is not multi-class. We will definitely try that after this race. Is there any minimal layout option for leaderboard HUD? Yes. We can turn it off for this race just to get a bit more view. I wonder, like, damages that we do in qualifying, they're just repaired for free? Or was that, like, a lot of damage last time because the game basically gave us the damage from qualifying and practice plus from the race? That will be a factor that they should actually tell us from straight forward. Like, is that a thing? Sun is very low right now, obviously, so. And there's no tire warm up, right? It's just what we get. Yeah, tires. Oh, at least 60 degrees. You basically go here, and this is actually a thing I like. So you can go cockpit setup, and then do camera movement. Obviously, that's how everything moves around you. But you can do seat position and change all of these things, like how high you sit, how low, stuff like that. That's really nice. And then you go HUD setup, which gives you everything that you turn on. I turned wheel input display off because you only see my wheel, you don't see my pedals, as it's a different input, I think. It just showed me wheel. There was no input for pedals, unfortunately. And then you can go hit HUD layout and basically change them, right? Where they are. We could push them down here and stuff like that. But we will just turn off that thing for now. So we'll turn off virtual mirror because we've got a mirror up there. And we turn off the leaderboard. There's no minimum leaderboard, as you can see. Unfortunately, that would be nice. I wouldn't say that Project Motor Racing and Evo have the same direction car-wise. Not at all. Because there's one thing that Straightforward was always very straightforward with. That is they themselves do race cars. There's not a single road car in this game. So Evo, if you look at it now, they get a Drift Supra, right? You get a ton of road cars. So I think it is very different. All right, let's go out there. Let's clutch in. Shift gear. Oh, it's electric! Nah! It's no clutch, Renee. Ah! And I cannot restart. Ah! That was stupid. Oh my goodness me. Oh. Someone popped. Yep. Oh, they crashed. No, he was sideways. And what I dislike a bit compared to iRacing or R-Factor and all that weather setup is I don't have different slots here so far. I can show you the west. That was a very interesting line, Renee. Good choice. Yeah, that is where you crashed in qualifying. Don't go there. Alpine does not care, but his LED light is already broken. You know, Matt, do you know how much an LED light is? I can tell you from a TTRS or a Jaguar XKR, they are massively expensive. So I'm pretty sure they're not cheap for your car. You will hate career mode, Alpine. Just so slow. Not last. So career mode probably then never goes over 16 cars, right? Because it needs to be the same as in consoles, I guess. Right? Can we see the car from... Oh, I didn't do the camera button. Yeah, but my driving in general looks weird. Right now. I'm struggling with the car. Okay, so I cannot just like slam the accelerator out because I will still get some traction loss. And as we learned, traction is worth nothing if you can't overtake. And right now, we're definitely not overtaking anyone. That's for sure. Low sun looks good. That's nice. I think that was a bit of a glitch there, right? Like that the sun was in there like that. Lewis, I mean, you can say it like that, but on the other hand, console is very, very low on options. So I think it's good times that racing games are so financially interesting that you once again get them on console. Before that, racing was seen as a niche where like, oh, Sims will never make it to console, right? And now we have several, so... getting more accustomed to the car, which is good. We're looking a lot more dialed in than before. I mean, we're so far behind, but should not shift it down to second. It should be a third gear corner, to be honest. What I'm missing a bit is when you do what I did, like with load on the outside tire, just going into that turn there, and then you lift the front tire with the curb. Normally steering should feel lighter that moment and different because you're angling it up. Like I said, you're going over the curb and basically lifting the tire. And that's something currently at least I don't feel. But like I said, I did not set up all of that. That was one downshift too many. And then that makes sense that I killed that one. Because that was me downshifting for absolutely no reason. We can up the game sound again, sure. Give you a bit more game sound. And there we go. I mean, that's another one, Matty. Like, of course, on console, it's a very different market. And like I said, I think it's a solid version that we're currently playing. And the PC market is different, but also on PC, we don't have that many choices in terms of a career mode, right? So depending on how they build up that career mode, what else could you do? Like, as of course, the Evo, hopefully, right? But anything else, as no, like F1 has a career mode, but that also exists on consoles, obviously. I was hoping for NASCAR 25 having a nice career mode, but I prefer the old Heat, to be honest. It's a bit sad. So maybe in the next one. But I know the tires are warm. We get this to work. It still slides a lot. I wonder if it's if it really slides from the outside. Can we see that in the replay? Does it really slide, or is it just a feeling in the cockpit due to the head movement? Oh, we already lost one front light? Okay. Because sometimes the sliding could... I mean, that is a real slide. But could also be the head movement that we still have enabled. Good looking car, obviously. Like this, for example. It leans on the outside there. Which is correct, but it doesn't slide. Well, in car, it felt a bit more like sliding due to the head movement that we have enabled, I think. Yeah. So, alright. You know what? Let's end this part here as like the career, because I think we all want to figure out if there's actual multi-class racing and how does it look, right? So let's get out of this career mode. Let's go race weekend. Let's choose an NGT just because I really like them, and I want to race. Wait, there's so many other classes. Don't want to go GT4. Don't want to go GTO. I mean, GT would be nice. Driving one of the old Corvettes, for example. Yeah, I've never drove a C5. Like in real life, I drove a normal C5, but never in a racing game like the old one. And we go Sebring. Alright, so what can we do here? That's strength. We go 100%, just like the career mode. Same class. Multi-class, add class. Alright. So we got GT. So we can add LMP, right? Does that make sense? There is, like, I will do it in this race now. And see what that changes. So let's add another 5th. Let's add another 12. like this. I mean, we could still add also the... We can add more, right? Yeah. So we can add also the NGT cars, right? So let's keep those to like 8 cars. And add a few more of these. Like this. I don't know how they add up right now. So I don't even think they're from the same years. But let's get there, right? The car was sliding the whole time. How did you not spot that it's like it was on ice? Because David, first of all, if we ever talk about a sim that feels like on ice all the time, we talk about iRacing. That got better lately, luckily with the patches, but that was not on ice feel. Like on the cold tires, yes. When it warmed up, no. But as I said, part of it was, I think, and that's what we will try to figure out, head movement. Because the head movement gives you the G-forces, right? And as soon as we really leaned onto the outside tire, and you hear the squealing, together with that head feel, I think it looked more slidey than it was. So, but make vehicles identical, avoiding having some cars with a bit more than you have. What? No, that's fine. Please set lower. I need you to drive alone again. I mean, normally when I know the track, that is fine, but we can do 90. Fine. But in the replay, it's physically sliding. It was sliding on some of it, also on the exits, where we knew it, right? Because I was over-accelerating and I had low traction control. So that is correct. In the corner, I thought in the one where I felt most slippage, it actually looked more planted than I thought. It looked like leaning on the rear tire a lot, but also they do that. But it might have been a bit too slidey. I can go with that, but I'm not going with full-on ice feel because that's not what it was. Save. I kind of dislike the UI, by the way. Like, what weather slot duration? And then, like, where's the... I don't get this. Like, that is the season. That makes sense. Weather type. Hot, cold, light, rain, rainfall, random. Let's do random. Weather slot duration. Like, every 10 minutes, it can change it. And we do 30. Let's do like this. Maybe. Let's see what happens. And race. And we go back with the steering wheel. And we go back to the other steering. And I'll go back to shifting on the shifter. Can someone quickly check if the C5R back then was... It wasn't shifted on the steering wheel, right? I think it has still had an actual shifter. I just like these movements here because it somehow made me sick. I think smaller movements, just moving the camera slightly left to right on some cool places like cinematic shots would be a lot better than all of this movement. Because if I now try to imagine all of this happening on a triple screen while I'm in the menu, then I get sick. Definitely. So, they were H-pattern until 2004. Okay. Yeah, H-pattern shifter I currently don't have. I have my Fatix shifter somewhere up there. It's not at the rig right now. Let's go... Okay, we first have to go drive. Oh no, we don't have to actually. Let's skip. Let's skip. Skibbity skip. Skibbity skip. Skip.
Good luck, mate.
Escape. And then we go cockpit setup. Camera movement. Steer look. Speed sensitive shake. G-force sensitive movement. Let's basically get rid of that for now. Free look scale. Free look speed. Steer look. Give me none as well. Let's see how that changes. So we got 32 cars at the grid, I think, right? How does... Oh, wait. How does the... We also have no mirror. We need a virtual mirror on this one now. How does the leaderboard looks in Multiclass? I want to know that. Alright, let's... Oh. That's what I meant, by the way, with the UI. Look at this now. Can you see that below? Yeah, here's the confirm button, right? So you click confirm, but that confirms bring you into this menu. But the same button is back now. So if I just quickly try to click back to get into the race, I go in circles. Because the back button becomes the confirm button, becomes the back button. Maybe it's just me because I'm the one clicking it and not just using it like on a controller or whatsoever. But it caught me off guard several times already.
You can do it.
Not a lot of refs. Alright. Holy cow. That is a car. Whoop. There's the Viper. I wonder how we mix the classes. Because I mean, the GTs should be quicker than the NGTs, right? Well, the the Viper is like, go away, man. I got places to be. Oh, overbrake the car. Still catching it. So does it not show? Oh, it has different colors on the leaderboard, but they're super hard to tell, right? So the NGTs are a lot slower than us in the GTs. All right. But the man, the Corvette has a long brake point. I'm constantly overbraking it due to that. There were so many cars still behind me. Let's do a restart real quick. FPS, by the way, we're fine. Still a restart. Am I last in class? Does it automatically go by class? I know it's 32 cars and we have to wait a lot time now, but let's see. So these are all LMP1 cars, the old ones, right? Should have probably went GT1, not LMP. But never mind. Do not rev it out, okay? So this is the end of LMP now, right? So next up is GT, which is the Maserati. So here, for example, in the perfect world, overlays would change. Like, I think there should be... Lister Storm, lovely car. I already said I'm not a big fan of their style. I highly doubt that that will be updated, and it's very subjective, but I don't like the style of the UI in general. So I would like to see a differentiator now, which class we are, right? Because that's our class. Which means that's me there. So it's LMP1, GT, and then we put NGTs in place, which is the cars behind that. This is everything on Ultra graphics. So you won't get higher than this unless we can still do depth of field. So this should be our car, and then it's the NGT cars, right? Yes, okay, there we are. And then it's a bunch of NGTs, 996. I'm happy to hear that, Mark. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Like I said before, like, this is not a review. There will be a full review of the title on our channel later on. Did the camera movement change how it positioned itself? Interesting. There will be a full review, but this is just really play it a bit, see what it is, try to answer questions. All right, so it has a ton of torque, so we will go a bit lower. Starting better than the Porsche, but that's about it. And that's an NGT car. Braking is just so much longer than in a GT1. Oh! Oh! What's the Viper doing? That was the first time we see like an entire AI glitch. That was... What was that? What was that? Oh, did not see that so far. That was the first one. It just decided to stop there.
Get ready, mate.
I was like, nope, not interested. Try it with less wheel spin. I think we had a better start. Braking's like you have to obviously blip it, but it's also prone to push too much weight to the front. Like this. Like on low speed. Oh, I love the sound now. The Viper was in my way, I'm sorry. Try to shift quicker, but But I can go harder into the brake, it seems. It's just there's so much torque when you go back on throttle. Crazy. Yeah, class position, like look at it, there's different colors because the guy behind Mark Harrison, Thomas Bauer, he has a different color. But it's just not, it's not easy to spot. I think that could be done better. I'm a bit surprised actually, like I would always think like something like that in the UI is easy, but I saw several games not being great when it comes to that. I mean, I can tell you already, driving different cars in this title is different. Very different. I mean, we did the MX-5 now, I did a GT1 today already. We're now doing this old GT Corvette. They feel different. Absolutely. The Porsche, for example, the 996 NGT that is behind us, behind the Celine, that one lifts up the front axle so much, which is realistic with the old Porsches. It's incredible. Ah, there we got the torque down. Oh, but the Celine is fast. Waiting in front, alright. Completely different to the LMDH, which is that. Alright. There we go. Get a feel for the car. Overbraked it again. Catched it this time around though. We need to be aware. Oh, did you see that the oil press gauge on the right is actually working? That's a nice detail, I like that. Do not shift when you're already here. The tire's locking up, Renee. What's wrong? Oh. I'll give it another restart. I want to drive with a few more cars in there. So sorry for all these restarts. But yeah, the diff settings could be some of it, but it's also my driving, 100%. And I like that the game puts me last on my own class instead of putting me last in total just because we had no qualifying. So that means you can just start in your class. It's not a weird mix, but all classes in a row, and I'm last of my class rather than being last overall, which happened in other titles, so. Hopefully the Viper does not stop. No, does not. Can we itch around? Yep, we can. Whoa! That Aston was not happy with us making that move. Still there. Dude! I'm also here. Leave Brittany alone. Alright, we got this. Oh. I got a bit slow there. Oh! What are you doing? That's another restart nearly. So Glass is fighting for first place overall. Doesn't make sense considering a different BOP. Yeah, I wonder, like, I hope that there is a... What's this? Slow to 60 kph? I didn't see that yet. Maintain 60. Okay, that is a new penalty. Can't even complete a race in this. But that's also because of my driving right now. It's like no practice on any of the cars. Let's finish this. Let's get it done. Let's get a race done. I like this car. And it's only 12 laps, we can do this. Oh, they crashed. Ooh! That Viper turned around. Well, I get 2-second penalty! For what? That wasn't me, that was the Viper. I had to avoid it. By the way, we had very fast time, so the switch of weather is down to our time acceleration. So still overbraking the car into the corner. Holy. And there's the Celine again. We're always fighting against the Celine. It's crazy. Wow, this car is so powerful. I like that. That is a ton of fun. I just have to get used to it. You just can't go back in a second. Because with the torque that you also all of a sudden get, it's crazy. Bit over the front. How AI handles traffic. I mean, we should see how AI handles traffic, because they will probably start lapping at some point, right? I mean, the cars up front are a bit further away already. We got 12 laps, so still got the Celine behind us. Yeah, the engine in this one is amazing. Also no braking and turning. Yeah, coming off a 911, it's not that easy. No, it's not loose. Loose is different. Like, loose is when the car steps out on you just purely by steering. But it steps out on me because I'm putting too much power onto the rear. That's just what it is. It's a powerful car. There's no DC, right? So the brakes are better than I give them credit, but then I'm shifting down too much, like second gear too early, and then the rear gets unstable. That was a little glitch. What was that? Oh yeah, there we go. I think we get a feel for it. Oh, went a bit too early. Oh, a steering wheel. No! I'll bunch up the front. No way. Slightly out. So it's not center anymore, as you can see. There's the Celine on the inside. Still don't know how I want to brake a car in there. Like, I realized that I can brake later because the car has enough brake power, but the downshifting is still an issue. Same here. It's like, if you don't know how to shift, there's enough braking power. You just can't aggressively shift down like you do on GT3s or something. so quiet now because I actually tried to dial the car for me into the field. Oh yeah. It rotates nicely on the rear if you just be a bit more aggressive on the throttle, obviously, which I like. We're missing a bit of front end grip now due to the damage we have, but I can live with that, to be honest. It's fun to drive a car with so much torque. I think soon, like what, another 4 laps, then we should see the LMPs coming closer, right? Should not go in second gear with this car, I think. It's just way too much torque. Oh yeah, you can really step into the brakes. It's just the downshift. Even with blipping or anything, it is dangerous. Or maybe I'm not blipping enough. But there is enough braking power for sure. It's a fun car to drive. And I enjoy this. Need a bit more rotation entry. But other than that, yeah, it's twitchy, but in a very defined way. It's twitchy when there's too much torque and you just floor it, and it's twitchy when you're shifting down too fast. Other than that, what, rain? Really? So it's not twitchy as in like I have no clue what happens. Every single time this car goes sideways, I know exactly why. And that makes it very enjoyable to drive. Just have to get used to this. It's not a GT3 where you just go through the gears like crazy. Same here on the exit. Be cautious with the throttle, lean onto it a bit more, and then floor it. Don't overdo it. Should have blipped it, but without the blip I actually get the rear to rotate nicely. Ooh, sorry. What's this? Are they afraid of rain that I don't see yet, or what? That was the first 2 stutters. We're down to 70 FPS all of a sudden. 86. Before that we had constant 100. What is happening now? Because the AI got very slow now, look at this. Do I just not see the rain yet? Because they got spray. Oh, sorry.
You've got a track limit by
Yeah, track limit. But I don't see anything yet. There is a yeah, you can turn off the wheel. I just turn it on so that it looks a bit more interesting because you don't have my wheel on the camera. But you can turn it off. Not sure if it's a wet oh my goodness me, AI all over the place right now. Is it due to the way too fast switching weather? Because we got random weather by 30 time acceleration. They all go in. But it's not raining, is it? Can we quickly have a camera binding? Camera switch. Save and exit.
Back marker is not in our race. Make a quick pass.
I don't see anything in terms of rain. Did they switch to rain tires now? There's no reason for that. But you see how like, I already did a rain race, so the FPS drops can't be purely to rain. I now see a bit of rain on the tarmac, but the FPS, like, freezing is weird. But there's water on the track, yes. I wonder if the random weather maybe had quickly rain, but so quickly due to the time acceleration that we did not even see it. Because like that, here it's fine. Like how the Corvette looks, by the way. So the Corvette really becomes one of my favorite cars here. Now I see a bit of rain on display. Alright, so there is rain now. Might be due to the time acceleration that goes wrong. Oh, that's an LMP coming by. Sorry, Mr. LMP, for being in your way. It's not enough rain yet to have the big spray, because believe me, when there's spray, you can't see a damn thing, just like in real life. But I don't see any rain yet on my windshield, right? But we definitely have an FPS drop, because we're down to 90. And we had these little freezes when it changed the weather. Like I said, the problem is I'm not saying it's not something that has to be fixed, but I think it is because we got 15 minutes of weather slots, but we gave it a 30 times time acceleration. So it just moves from one track state to the other too quick. But R Factor had similar issues. Yes, it's like with R Factor, for example, you might remember if you played at R Factor 2 and stuff, the horizon would all of a sudden just change from one to another. And clouds will move too quick and all that. As obviously time acceleration really accelerates time in this made-up world. And that then sometimes creates this weird stuff. It's not a lot of water, at least from what we see. Because also the spray is not massive. I got the damage to the suspension, which on these bumps sometimes is a bit hard. They water the track with hoses, yeah, for drift training. I mean, I know from Nordschleifer racings that you have those races where it looks like summer, but there is rain, and you're constantly wondering, is it slippery now or not? And then someone is super quick because they realize for them it's not slippery, and some people are super slow because they realize they can't pay for the damages. So I like the feel of shifter here. It's a lot of fun to shift through the gears and time the Corvette. Do we want to try like a proper rain race? I mean, we know now what happened here. It's a bit weird that the FPS tanked in between, but we heard about that already, right? Gamer Muscle had some of that. Was the first time now for us that we had it. That might be something that I could patch right away. Someone asked for classes that fit, like what was it? GT1? We could go GT1. What race would GT1 back then? Which year is that? 1998. Okay. The GTs are too new, too old, too old, too... 1997. That is too old as well. So it would be GT and maybe LMP, right? Because they're 1999. And the ages are too fast. Driver GT4 car. I have a name, by the way. It's written right here. Just saying. No one at Overtake is named Guy, by the way. Okay, that's looking like a skip until June. The water track with hoses. Like, we will change the weather and try to dial it in more to see if it was that. We go... Spa. So what fits together? What do we put? Rainy Arca forevermore. This is it now. Do we want to go GT1 and then mix GT1 with something? What could we mix GT4 with? GT1. NGT? Like super fast, super slow? Does that work? $19 we can have of those. And then 12 from the fast car. Mix GT1 with MX-5. Don't want to fall over them. And now we have to look into this. So, we do less laps. Heavily rubber is fine. Damage fine. Tire pre-warm is fine. We go a bit later with the starting time. So that we see more from the sun coming down. But we have to change this. So we can't have 10 times time progression. I think that's just too crazy. Or we can change weather 5 minutes. Weather derivation hot. And we start with light rain. We start with we can start with rainfall. And then just hope it changes after 5 minutes. Could that be an option? Getting around by shaking so much can change gears as it goes by. Alright, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Are we gonna see a BMW on Nordschleife? I mean, you can see one in the wall every day here at Nordschleife if you want to. It's called BMW for a reason. Bis Metzgesfeld weggeworfen. So, every time I say that and I'll go on track, actually the first car we see when I bring someone to the track is a crashed BMW. Ooh, what happened to FPS? Oh my goodness me. That was surprising. I already tested it in rain in Interlagos and FPS were like 100. Now I got 40. Okay. Let's see if that's different in the car. Well, let's just drive. Turn on the wiper. Put it in a gear. We got 60 FPS, really? Why do we tank from race to race? Like now it actually gets worse. Because I said I tested Interlagos in the rain and I had 100 in the night with lights and everything. Oh. Can't see anything. Ooh. Of course that's track limits. Whatever. What I miss is that the steering feel gets a lot lighter when you go into turns sometimes. There must be a breaking point somewhere. Oh, I even hit it. Nice. Ooh. He was under the impression I should not be there. Alright, thank you. Lovely friend. See me catching up to them. I happen at spawn the rain, I can do this. Now we have more rain. Alright, yep. Now it feels different. Let's catch up. Oh! Did not get the turn in that I was expecting. Holy shit. That was nice feeling the steering wheel the moment I slipped there. That's good. Yeah, okay, don't get as much turning obviously. Like, that's probably my for feedback settings. It could be a tad lighter when slipping on the curves. Yeah, I don't care. Track limit violations in this game, by the way, are crazy. Bit like race through. The only thing I do not understand is, if there is so much spray, why do they all stay in one line? Do they not want to get out of the spray? Yeah, race room is really harsh when it comes to track limits. Oh, it's drying faster, alright. That's good, so the rain is not as heavy. Oh, yeah, we just couldn't find grip on the front axle there, as you can tell. So we couldn't get the car back due to the sand. No. How is that a track limit violation, BMR? Tell me. How can that be a track limit violation? I won the proper race. We try one restart. I want to see that. Yeah, still your only two. I'm not sure. I played Forza, obviously. And I obviously played ACC on PC. I enjoy the races. I said it's, so far I think in most cases it's solid. Does it have problems? Yes. Does it have some things I would like to see changed? Yes. Why overlays and stuff like that. And there are definitely problems with the time acceleration and stuff. And here and there AI, which nearly all of the racing games have, especially at the beginning. But I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, these are my only options on console. Especially since some of the cars are incredible. And I just like them, they're really fun to drive. See, going off active straight. Yeah. I know the original. I mean, this is realistic. I said I had, I think, one race in real life that was like massive rain. Man, it's, you go on Dittinger Höhe and you can't see anything. You're just praying that no one in front of you is slower on the straight because you have no clue where you're going. Especially with some fog. Once again, it went over the front tires. Yep, a bit too quick. But spray is like that. I mean, you want rain racing? That's part of rain racing. I thought I might make it if I'm super aggressive on the throttle. Oh, we locked. Oh, you saw the panel slipping? Oh, he lost it. I think AI lost it next to us. Wait. Really? Was that AI losing it next to us? Oh yeah, the Panos lost it! That was the reason. Wait, where's the other Panos coming from? Oh, there's one already the wrong way around. There's a CLK losing it. And then it's like us and the Panos next to us. He will slingshot around now. And punk. Because there was the other... Oh, wait, that's an unsafe track rejoin. What's this Panos doing there? I mean, that feels like proper online racing now. Look, He loses in the rear, which I think is really funny. He all of a sudden tries to get the car out of the grass. He's already losing control. So he's like, oh my goodness me, that's a teammate. Let's get out of the way. He does not touch him, but he bumps into me, obviously. And then we spin around. We will try that, Live Guru. I'm not sure. I did not see an option for that yet. What do you recommend for PMR to improve for the release? Personally, UI. Second, I think if there are issues with the time progression, you should just say that. Because time progression in a dynamic environment will always be a problem. Because you cannot just speed up everything, like a saturation, stuff like that. That's not how it works. So I think it should just have a disclaimer saying like, hey, you will have these problems if you go by 30 times faster and try to do full random weather. This can happen. Because I think that is something that I would be able to accept, because it happens in all the other sims as well. AI, a few fixes. I had some good racing. The MX-5 races we did in the career was great. I had some testing GT1 races before that were good. But we see it. Sometimes they're like... I like the crash now, so I'm fine with that. It's rain cars at Spa. That felt quite real. But I think there are some minor things, like the Viper that we had, right, out of turn 1 Sebring, that just stopped, kinda, and blocked us. So there they could do some fixes. I said I have to dial in the steering wheel more, but I liked already out-of-the-box feel. Wasn't a super fan of the LMDHs, but also tires were nowhere near as cold as on the LMDH there, compared to others. So it felt better with warm-up, but getting there was quite harsh. On the other hand, it's kind of what I expect from a car like that in real life. Once again, I never drove one in real life, so I can't judge. Probably for gameplay reasons, if this is real, probably making it easier would be better. It was fine when it warmed up, so that was okay. So as I said, most of this so far while playing, besides this weird frame issues that we have now, I mean, we could restart the game and see if that fixes anything. Felt solid, right, before it started, and that's good. We had titles that did not feel solid at the start. So I at least enjoyed the races. There's probably, if we sink in more time, there's probably more stuff you find that you think like, okay, that should be fixed. But it's not like I did not enjoy my races. Like the Corvette, that was great. Corvette at Sebring, awesome. Okay, let's try to be a bit more real here and be cautious, like I would do in a real race. Like, I obviously can't afford a Porsche GT1, so it has to survive. I did not see any ray tracing options, no, but we can go through the options again if you want to. There's sometimes these like minor glitches. We had that at Sebring as well. Nothing crazy, but why is the Viper now not doing anything? Ah, there we go. Had to restart it, seems. Already go 4 seconds for sliding white there. I think that's a bit harsh. So track limits overall to make it enjoyable. I think they should reconsider that. Is it correct to give time penalties? Yes, I'm totally fine with it. But I think the system currently does not see if I was faster. So it just goes for like, oh, he got the track, let's give him 4 seconds. But sometimes you're just avoiding someone or doing a very costly time mistake. You see the AI though, it's sliding a bit. I think that's nice. That Porsche has issues. So sometimes the AI gives me a good feel. Oh, he's still away a bit. We catched it. This will be... No, not time penalty, alright. Oh, slid a bit too wide. Use the Mercedes as braking. Okay. If I would really concentrate, then 85 is not good enough as AI. We saw that. Like, I was able to beat the 100 AI on the MX-5. It's just, obviously we're sitting here chatting and always switching cars. Things like that happen. I mean, at least it shows it's tough. It's not an automatic, I rule everything. Yeah, the replay, it's a bit hit and miss sometimes. Like, sometimes I have the feeling it looks good, and sometimes it's a specific lie or whatever where I think like, okay, that's not great. That is definitely true. Renee, it's raining. You can't just brake so late into it. I like the shifting sound from the wastegate. And here, you can shift in a second. It's not like the Corvette. The Corvette going to second like that would just kill you. Yeah, Trevor, that's how I feel. Like, is it perfect? No. Is it a solid start? I feel that way, yes. I mean, I'm also had less problems probably than others. From hearing from their streams. But I enjoy the races. Now in the quick overview I realized how different the cars are, which is fun. I said, not solely on the LMDHs, but hard to judge. Like the MX-5, like the Corvette, like the NGT 996. Definitely like the GT1 here. So I think actually, especially if you like the car selection and the more than unforgiving career mode as we learned today, it's worth checking out, yes. If you are hardcore online iRacing whatsoever and that's your only world, then probably this isn't the title for you anyway, right? Especially if you're already sunk like $2,000 in iRacing because you got all the NASCAR content like I do, then obviously it's not really aimed at you, right? Keep that in mind. It's like titles also need to have an audience, right? And just because you're not the audience doesn't automatically make a title bad. It's just, it's not for you. For example, I don't like Mario Kart. I like arcade racers, not a big fan of Mario Kart. That doesn't make Mario Kart a bad game. It's just, it's not for me, and that's fair. And I think, especially in sim racing, with equipment and software, we sometimes have to keep that in mind more. Everyone expects everything right now to be for them, but that's just not what it is. Whoa! That's a little bit too much. Like, even that is enjoyable. I'm on my own right now on the track, which I see dislike. But the car is lively enough to be fun, but stable enough to feel like, yep, there is something. I think, and I don't know if I can fix that with steering setups, I have not enough feel of the tire itself sometimes. Like if I lean to it onto it and stuff, but they are sliders for that for every car. So you will need to spend way more time in there and figure that out. Could it be physics like Amos 2 or LMU? I think we are AMS 2 just with different strengths, just like AMS has a few strengths. We're probably not LMU, but that's another thing, like what we're talking, physics from driving, that's hard to tell because we feel it through force feedback, right? And LMU has really, really good force feedback, in my opinion. So I think that what makes LMU currently a bit better for me, and obviously all the cars are modern, and modern cars are just way differently to drive to these old cars. So, like I said, it's we can't even directly compare all of these titles because they're all so different, and it's not always just purely all because the physics. There's so many minor things in the sim, and I don't want to highlight that to brag, but I worked at game titles, right? I was part of Studio 397, so obviously I'm a bit tainted when it comes to R Factor. I admit that, but there are so many minor things that play a role to get any feel in the sim. There are, for example, sims that are not lively enough for me, but that's also because of the cars. That's, for example, it's ACC. Do I like ACC racing? Yes. Do I enjoy the cars just on my own on the track? Not at all. I think the GT3s are too boring. I drove a GT3 in real life, so that's at least something that I know. Get the feeling there's not enough light, but it's also a bit like real life. It takes a while until you really see your headlights. So I don't enjoy that, right? But that's also down to the cars, not to ACC being bad in terms of physics. I prefer cars like this that are a bit like, you know, not everything related by traction control and any other system, but instead a bit of action. Like if I want to overtake someone and I overdo it, I want to slide at the exit of the corner. Or I sometimes want to go sideways into the corner because I'm shifting down too fast. This looks kind of nice now. Like it's getting dark and we still got the rain and the fog hanging over it. Which something, by the way, AMS2 does magnificent, right? We did this 24-hour AMS Daytona race, right? At Overtake.gg. And the fog in the morning. Oh, was that good. Absolutely loved it. That was really, really good. And the next thing between sim and real, what we often forget is the feel of a car is very subjective, right? Even with people that drive this car all day long, it is very, very subjective. But we often also tend to risk way more in a sim than we would do in real life. Just because we know can't hurt and does not cost. So your driving just differs. Oh, that looks cool now. There's so much fog. Holy cow. It's so hot now with the visibility as well. It's a lot of fun. I'm 6 seconds back. Alright, that's a lot actually. I was hoping to come a bit closer, but I'm struggling. And then I do this. And then I got track limit for that, for no reason. And then we're at the bad parts. Track limits. Let's see in the replay. What that looked like. Probably not great, because let's be real, the combination of fog, night, and everything is not great for any replay. Like, none of the titles look great in it. Oh, we only got one headlight! That's why we don't see a lot. Ooh! Okay. Oh, Live for Speed was amazing, but it also had this dynamic feel of cars. Like the XFR or something. So much fun to drive, because you were actually feeling forces applied to the car, and that's something you don't really feel in GT3s anymore. Now actually I think it looks kind of good. Rain over. Could the rain look better? Yes, we're not talking about that, but man, it's just rain. I'm not crazy about that, but that looks nice, like how the reflection, like how the headlight reflects off the track. We only got one headlight, so let's go when it was darker. That explains a lot why we did not see a ton of that. Because we did not have a lot of light on the car. Ah, I totally forgot that we crashed it there. That's the end of it. We should go here. Visibility obviously was awful. But let's be real. It's not like real life is pretty in rain and fog and everything, so I can't really say that is the fault of the title here. The point you just made is why I like Retro Sim so much. Those titles still exist. You can still enjoy them as well. You just have to let yourself. Yeah, I mean, I still like GTR. Play a lot recent, like even the old NASCAR titles and stuff. What else was in the chat? What did I overlook? Sorry. Trying to curious in GM lobby race. Is there a lobby race right now? Do you think that PMR has the potential to be like MS2? We talk about that. Like they do in Farming Sim. We were doing it with Sim Engine. Gotta stay committed to improving it. Yeah, that's what I think. Like, it is a good start. So, can make Miata GT4 cars, multi-class, and practice. Best rain project because I'm racing. Oh, Drive Club. Don't forget about Drive Club. That looked good as well. I still like Project Cars in terms of that. Like, it looked really nice. Wait, we had a question regarding can we rotate the camera in the garage? Let's quickly try and do that. Total favorite cockpit back? No. Cockpit is just so you can before already set the position how you want to drive in. I think that's nice. But we cannot rotate the camera. No. Change deliveries. Could not rotate the camera as far as I can tell right now. You can favorize them. Vanilla Drive Club modded. I set the Corsa 1. Yeah, but here, by the way, is something that we really, really have to talk about in the community, because I know that when Assetto Corsa Evo showed the rain, everyone was like, but it looks better already in Assetto Corsa 1. Yeah, but it's not physicalized rain. Like, can you look something good, especially baked right now? Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the reason why Race Room doesn't have a full 24 light cycle, right? Because they have a very specific window where they tuned the colors and the rest of the palette to look good, right? So, is that doable? Yes. Is it what you do with Assetto Corsa 1? Yes. Like, it's not a full dynamic weather system. There's a huge difference when it comes to that. Yeah, I agree, it looks amazing, but I kind of felt bad for Kunos in that sense, because I think that was undeserved, because there's a difference between just letting something look nice and make something actually work. So, and I would agree with K-Doc. I think it's more on the sim side than it's arcade. Evil's Brain's just better immo. Can't agree with that directly. Now, I tried it out a few times. I think it has its charm. Does AC1 look better? Yes. But is it the same? No. So, if you just go for the looks, then yeah, then AC1, just run that. It obviously makes a lot of sense. Okay, someone asked. Yeah, the rain effects on replay wasn't great either, but I still thought it actually looked better than I expected that moment. Like the car with a reflection. I like that. So someone asked for NGT. Wasn't it no, GT4. Whoop. Oh, I clicked next to it. The game didn't die. I just clicked wrong window. Someone asked GT4. What do I want to race in GT4? I think I want to try the Alpine, although the R8 is a cool car as well. The Maserati's not in it from ACC. I like that one. Let's go... R8, because I drove the R8 actually. The GT3 and the road on track. So let's use that one. And then we go Monza. Absolutely not Monza, sorry. And then we do a multi-class and we add the MX-5s. Oh, there are not that many cars, are there? No. Oh, we get... Why is it not 27? It's Monza? Is it Monza that is 27? Or is it... Wait. Oh, it's Monza! Probably not enough pit stalls. So can't add a class. Pierre will take it. Comments of YouTubers improve the reach of this game will be the same. I think first thing to learn anyway, it does not help to just listen to everyone, I think. I mean, best example for that to me is F1 or esports race in general. Professional esports races have a very different view on the title than everyone else and me. So, do they get that feedback? I'm pretty sure, because like all the emails went in between, so we had access to versions before, as you saw on our channel, and we sometimes message them like, hey, this went wrong, or this felt a bit weird, but we like this car. And they obviously had their FTP program, right, where people from the community gave feedback. So, gathering feedback is one thing. Make once the Corvette C6. I did the C5. You missed the C5 on this here. Exactly, drivers. Like this, it's not that easy of just saying, oh yeah, just listen to the best drivers. I think that was a downfall from F1. Like, should F1 listen to the people that just do F1 esports? Don't think so. I think they should just adjust to whatever the game is. I was like, that's their job, right? So, that's it. I will do the Corvette C6 afterwards. You can have it. Alright, we do less than 10 laps. We do 6. We do a bit earlier so it doesn't get that dark. And we don't do rainfall this time. We actually do hot. And then we go and race. We will have to change the settings because we need the pedal shift. And by the way, not that anyone now goes out there and quotes me and says like, Rene thinks only his feedback is valuable. We all have taken pictures of something. There's absolutely no one that can have a neutral look on something. So, should you take all my feedback and would that make the sim better? For me, maybe. But maybe not for everyone. I agree with that driver regarding the accountability. But there's also what I miss most compared to real life racing or real life driving in general is real life feels to me way less predictable and more about adaptability every single lap because things change, which I think back then Project Cars 2 did very well with the puddles that changed, and every lap I came by I checked again if I can now go closer to the apex and stuff like that. And at least to me that feels like a big point in my real life. Like, adapt every single lap to how the car feels, what the tire does, and how environment changed and how weather changed. And racing, and here's the next thing about feedback with pros, it's like, let's be real, we all want rain, right? We all want dynamic weather. But then do an event and invite people, and then it's like, why do we not know the weather yet? Why do we not know how hot the track will be? We can't build setups that way. This is stupid. Like, you can't just not tell us the weather. How can we prepare? Like, guess what? When I did my first race here at Nordschleife, I had 1 lap on the track. 1. I had no clue how the weather will be besides the normal forecast, and this is what it is. But we are so used to having so much data nowadays in sim racing. It's like, oh, I want to know exactly how my tire is. Let's be real, on the C6 or C5R back then, you had no clue how your tire was, besides feeling it. And everything is now like data, and I want to be prepared, and I did 3,000 laps in exactly 18 degrees, what we will have in the race. That's not real life. And we wish on one side for everything to be dynamic and everything to be real. But as soon as that means I lose my edge from preparing, people are like, yeah, it's not good. That needs to be predefined. I need to know what the weather is. Because otherwise, this is not a great championship. And that, I think, shows mostly this big discrepancy we have between wanting realism and wanting to race. I mean, look at that. I've been here on the track with Richard from SimLab, right? So, you know, I got a SimLab rig. Richard came by. He's the owner. And he had a race here at Nürburgring. So I took him out for some coaching in a Cayman, which is not the car he's racing on. But we went on GP, did laps and stuff. And then it was raining a bit the next day. So he messaged me, was like, anything to keep in mind. So I basically wrote to him. It's like, hey, that's a space where sometimes water goes over the track. Stay away from this. Do that. I lent him my helmet in the end, but because he changed class mid-race event and went into a Westfield, which is like an open top, like a Caterham style car. So it's just really, really different in real life. And I think we're making it too fragile and too sterile. Is that an English word? Steril in the sim. Let me quickly do gear up, gear down. Wait. Gear up, gear down, save, go back, oh, that's the thing with the UI again, and then off we go. What traction control do we have on? TC6, it's a bit too high probably. Oh, that's ABS. TC. Got super lucky. Oh no, I got super lucky there. Just going around the outside. I was like, thank you. Now we're obviously back to a car that is way less dynamic, and that's just how it is in real life. It's a very planted. Keep in mind, GT3, and you might remember those of us that are around long enough, when Project Cars came out, everyone was like, oh, because GT3 was hot back then, right? It was new, kind of. Like 1 or 2, don't know. And everyone was like, oh, they're too easy to drive in Project Cars. Are they super crazy on edge when you really top 5? Yes. Are they hard to drive? Absolutely not. They are built for rich people to drive in circles, even in an endurance race. So, no, they're not. So, what I realized in some of the other tracks, do they avoid me? Yes, but they leave me exactly the space I need for my car. No, that's not a lot. So, if you look it up in replay, you realize, yep, there's enough for my car. Well, that was a bit harsh, though. But it's really just that. It's exactly your car, kinda. And if you're not spot on, then it gets hard. But that entry was a bit shitty. You see here? It gives me exactly the space that I have. But it's not more. He's closing. Oh, he was even wiggling and considering if he closes or not. That's nice. I still got the Aston Martin. Oh, the Aston Martin went on the inside. No way. Wow. And now we all got bunched up. That Audi's not giving me any space. All right. Yeah, that is true. Like that, but that's what I think is an actual glitch. That's not in general AI behavior. I think that was a glitch, and I hope they can patch that. Oh, he is already one LED light down. The Aston. Look at it. Oh, there was another Aston on the inside. The BMW on the inside. Where are all these BMWs coming from? This now feels like a typical GT race car. So there's not a lot of difference to all the others. Which probably is a good sign that they all feel similar. Just saying, compared to the funny, lively cars we had before, this is way different. And we're now back to 83 on AI, so you see they're obviously not as strong. That looks like a Schnitzel Mercedes, but they drive in LLS. I'm pretty sure they're not in here. Did he just give me heavy damage? Thank you, man. Luckily there's no career mode. Where are the MX-5s? At some point we will run into them, right? Because we're a lot quicker than them, I would say. But I like the real review mirror because it shows the actual rear wing, and I think it's kind of sad that they don't do that on the artificial. But you also don't see a lot, and there's no radar, so. Oh, there's the BMW diving on the inside now of the Alpine. You see it in the rearview mirror. Is he getting it done? Oh, they hit each other. Nope, the BMW attack was defended. Online racing is a big thing, driver, as like a problem. And I think it has a very easy reason. Oh, that was a bit too late. Why it's so problematic, and it will sound super stupid because all of us here probably in the chat, or most, are very familiar with motorsport, right? But the biggest difference of our sim titles compared to something like Counter-Strike is how many unwritten rules we have. So, for example, let's say someone does not grow up in a motorsport family, they're not watching F1 as a kid or DTM or whatever it is. So they see something like a movie, for F1 movie, and then they buy a game, right? Which is good. People should get into a hobby, right? But now they run into an issue which they can't have in Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, whatever isn't a glitch in the game is fair play. Should you kill your own teammates? No. There's a direct punishment in the game that will tell you, don't do that. Makes sense, right? But if I would go as this newbie now onto an online server and behave like I saw it in the movies, everyone would hate on me. Because there's nothing in the game telling me I can't swerve on the straight and block all of you. Like, the problem with motorsport, where I'm newcomers, is that we expect everyone to be on our level. But first of all, these are very hard games. compared to every other game just to get in. Not saying that Counter-Strike on high level isn't crazy. It is crazy. But it's way easier to just play that and get along than racing and learn the ropes of it. Which is something that we make so hard because all of this is unwritten. We expect people to know that they should not wave. We expect people to don't block here. Or what I read in so many faces like, they should know that you do not overtake here. It's stupid. It's like, how should they? They might have no experience with that. And that is something that we have to keep in mind. Is it problematic right now? People crashing online? Yes, I hate it as well. But just hating on the people and expecting them to, out of the blue, know everything, have all the experience that you have, whatsoever, have the same background. Why am I so late? And everything is just too much. Like, we should be happy that people just jump into our game without being full-on motorsport pros, because then there wouldn't be a lot of people joining, I'll tell you that. And then all the servers would be empty and no one would find anyone to race out of them. Like, I'm not saying that it is okay how it happens there. I just say keep that in mind the next time you try to insult someone. Yeah, maybe that helps as well. Like, obviously not many people saw the video of Gran Turismo Sport, but I remember it. But it's just something that we have to keep in mind. Like, we always wanted racing to be bigger so that we get more stuff, right? So that gear is more affordable and there's more investment for games. Now we have it. We have a ton of gear. We have new games coming out, even on old consoles, which back in the day was unthinkable, right? When then we were like, and I saw that even on our comment section at some point. Oh, I hope that everything gets more expensive so all the kids finally leave the game and I got LMU with just people that are worth driving. It's like, really? Should we turn it into real-life racing? Real-life racing is all about money. Most people I raced with were not great. Really. Not great at all. It's probably worse than your normal online server sometimes. Because it's money. So, this is a hobby that everyone can get into. Yes, we need to figure out how to educate those people. Maybe we also have to figure out in the game to finally show that correctly, right? So people learn it while playing, like they do in Counter-Strike or Fortnite. But, hey, it is a more complicated game. That's our problem. Our sport is complicated. And unfortunately, there's a lot of unwritten and gentleman rules. So, keep that in mind. Help your fellow racer. That's the only thing I can say to that. Help them. Like when I started, so I obviously grew up with Grand Prix and stuff like that. The original Grand Prix by Micropost and stuff. GP Legends. And then my first competitive game actually was Need for Speed Underground. I did drag racing in the German ladder. Actually won that. And also did circuit. I was #1 in Germany in circuit racing in Need for Speed Underground 1. And then at some point, I saw a little article, 1/4 of a page, I think, on a gaming magazine that showed Live for Speed. And then I looked it up on 4Players and saw someone with a livery of N Faculty back then. I think it was already Niels racing at that point. Maybe not, I'm not sure. And I thought like, oh cool, they have their own cars, like livered and cockpit perspective with like a steering wheel. I want the next step. I want to see, like I want to control the car in the cockpit. And I want to have my own race livery, so one day one of those liveries has my name. And that's how I got into sim racing. That's how like I said, I was there in Micropost Grand Prix, but I never did any of that online. And then it was Live for Speed that drew me in. And actually got me from Need for Speed to that. So people will not start with, most people, buying a 10,000 euro rig and go into iRacing. And we should also not accept that, and we should not shame them for that. Still no Miata inside, true. Where are the MX-5s? We had the MX-5s in the race, right? That was a bit too early. So I'm obviously not paying a ton of attention when talking to you, but where are the MX-5s? Are they that quick? I was expecting we would overtake them by now. I was once again a tad too late. Well, that was fine. That was good tire feel, by the way. It's like the moment it got around there. It's really easy to anticipate that and then react to it. Where are the MX-5s? It's a bit like the first, do you know the first WRC esports? That was also on PS2 and people had to send in their memory cards with their stage times. And that was the entire championship. Amazing. The guy who did that, Mark de Jong, is still in control at WRC for that. As like WRC promoter, the company that owns it. There are the MX-5s! No! Ah.
We're coming up to a back marker. This guy was all over the place a few laps ago, so be careful getting past.
Oh yeah, you see, it's like even there where people say like, they're not really interested. Mark, the guy who did that with the memory cards, still working at WRC, also still involved with games. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they're the MX-5s we wanted to see. That's a bit sad. What's their lap time? First lap 158.6. 220. Yeah, 220, the best MX. Crazy.
Wind's getting stronger. Come in for wet tires.
What? Wind is getting stronger, coming for wet tires. Yeah, we don't have to do that anymore. We're done. Don't need the wet tires. Can we see the MXs? Oh. Look at the MX-5s. Going at it. Let's see from further back. Top 5. Let's see how they race. T1 Monza obviously in every game an absolute problem for AI, but I didn't look worse than my racing lobby. Bit sad for that MX-5 driver that immediately has like a broken rear. Happens. Do you see, by the way, that in replay there is a minimal ghosting? Oh yeah, Morgan also just spotted it. Look at that. So, the AI, Hinjima. So, we had some good fights, especially in the MX-5 in career mode. Similar as to others, there is obviously train running, but we saw fights. We had one in the rearview mirror in GT4 where someone dived into turn 1. Sometimes they feel like they're not giving you enough space, but then on the other hand, probably realistic for the classes we're in. But there could be a tiny bit more of awareness, especially when you're inside the corner, because they seem to leave exactly space of your car. There's not much wiggle room. And obviously right now here in MX-5, that's in real life, there's not much overtaking going on either. We can go back to the... Wait, we had this fight in GT4, right? Oh, look, here. Let's see this. Oh, that's me in the Audi. True. Oh, it will be the Aston Martin now diving on us, right? The Aston Martin is like, I can do this. Look at him! He just pressured it through. Wow. Let's see, there's that 4. Oh yeah, the AI that slid away was also good. That wasn't bad either, was it? Let's see. That's a Camaro trying to dive the Alpine. Nope. That didn't work out. Let's see if we can find some other fights in here. Why did I jump from this guy to here? Is it because they did not come over the line yet? Ah yeah, they have to come over the line, then it fits. In terms of going through the field. Okay. What's happening here? That's a bit of unnecessary braking. The point of the Nissan. You could have just went alongside. I don't think there is ray tracing, Sam. I did not see any option. Like I will show you the graphic options after this replay. No problem. This is PC build. Oh, look! The fight there at the front. The Audi versus the AMG. That was a good one. By the way, frames are locked to 30 FPS it seems in replay. Just because I saw the reflections and all that. Because we did some reflection tests before the stream on Sebring and that looked really nice. As obviously we're still working on a review, right? But here sometimes it looks a bit if you look at the car, but that is probably down to the 30 FPS. But the car models are like... I mean, look at the rear. That looks really good with the net. And now you see the details behind. I think that is good looking. It's sad that the Audi completely lost touch with the car in front. What do we have here? AMG versus the 400Z. Ah, yeah. Gamer Rocco. I remember that one. Which, wasn't it still on, like, AMS or something? Where they showed that? Because it wasn't on their game, right? It was like AI race engineer and AI commentary. The driving out of the box, Roger, right now I like more. Look, this is all AI. None of those cars is me. So, there is something happening. We can't say that there's nothing happening. There's movement in the field. That's the Mustang. Coming closer now to the Audi. Was he considering it? Like, this is me leaving a car meet. Just send it. I didn't make... Ah, he still has the zap behind him. It taps the brakes. I don't know for what reason. Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Brother! Just killed him. Oh, then he made a mistake on the exit. Oh, Zed. What's going on there? Stupid YouTube auto quality dropped to someone so wrong. When's our day's gonna be streaming in 4K? I don't have a 4K screen. That's the reason. This is a 2K, and I normally do triples. So that's a bit of a problem. But 4K would obviously be nice. We can stream in 4K. We did that at some point, I think. Didn't I do that last time? No, because that was NASCAR 25. Yeah, the ghosting in replay is a bit weird underneath the car you're looking at. Because in race, it didn't have that feel. Oh, GT7 multiplayer has one big advantage besides obviously millions of players. And that is it's very restrictive with what to choose from, how the rules are, and that's why it gets people easily into them, like the official races. So that's always hard to beat. Or we can check if there is a multiplayer race on it. And we've also checked from the outside if we actually see the same ghosting. Because I drove a bit in third person. I didn't see the same. So I actually don't think it is so. First of all, let's see if there's anyone in multiplayer. Ranked. Oh, you have to do a license test before. What? Must go to Finland within 8 rounds. I have to pass the test. It will granted access. If you continue dating and starting, rank will be locked in and you will not be able to take the license test ever again. Please note the goal of the PMR license test is not to get the best possible score or win the race. It is to assign your rank, which accurately reflects your skill level, so you and your competitors can have the best online racing experience. Lime Rock Park. It's only 4 opponents. Ready for Verstappen. Let's quickly do that. Because we can check out the ghosting. I don't mind my ranking, so if I'm really bad now, it's fine. But we can we can quickly check in third person if it's an issue. Because I didn't see it, so I only think it's in replay.
Get ready, mate.
No ghosting here, right? So I can change the camera perspective. Oh, that's way longer rolling. Okay. It's so different again after the GT cars. Oh, it's a chicane! Ooh! It was not the longer one. Oh my goodness me, I will be ranked so low, you will all see me in ELO hell. So I never did this track before on this game yet. Can we do that flat? Probably, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't attend the driver's briefing. It happened to me in real life, I can tell you that. I think I always tell that story, but I happened during a race in Spa in a Cayman. And I thought I listened to the entire driver's briefing. And team tells me, once you're at the line in pits, please let us know so we know how long you take to take the car out of the pits. I see the white line, I radio in, I'm at the line, they thinking, he must be wrong because that's way too early. So I'm coming around La Source, flooring the car, going through the gears, and then realize we're actually doing the endurance pits. So there's a guy from the DMSB standing there, and seeing me speeding straight into the pits, fully on the brakes again, like, ooh, shit. Didn't get a penalty, luckily. But that's what happens when you do not listen to the driver's briefing. No, the races are unlocked for me. So I got 100 something right now. So yes, it makes sense to go to the driver's briefing. God, I'm slow. It's 8 laps, right? This is the license test for online, yes. Got a feeling our eyes a lot better through the chicane than me. I'm not quite sure if I should take the curb the way I do. Should at least get practice for this. Yeah, that would have been nice. Need a tiny bit of practice. Oh, you saw the rear stepping out on that MX-5 in front of us? I wanted to say MR2. I got a feeling I'm gaining a bit, but it's not massive. Just throwing it a bit more through the chicane. We're finally gaining, alright. There we go. Oh, really? AI battling me for real? No, I want this position. I deserve it. Leave me alone. Oh, I jumped over the curb as well, just like the car in the lead. Oh, that's not easy to handle. I lost a ton of time now. Get that P1, yeah, I try. Try. I think my line is better than this. That was a bit too much of a cut, I think. Oh yeah, we got a good exit. There we go. Front left cooked, true? Oh no. Never mind. In real life I also never know. I just drive however it feels and then it will be good. We made it through! And we got a good exit. That guy's just so aggressive into it. Ah, nice slip and traction loss when you go over there. That's really cool. Goodbye. Oh, I should also ship. I don't think the AI cheats. No, not at all. They just know the breaking points better than me. Like, I realize every single time that there's still space for me. I will just dive him now. Yeah! Or on the outside, maybe? Yep, alright. This is it. Ah, yeah, you need to be early on that. Hit the curb the right way so that the rear jumps around, basically. And then that's a lot easier. Woo! But still missed the qualification for online. That will be fun, that's true. 67 Division 3. Okay. Oh, you can retake the license test. The above rating will be removed and we'll have to earn a new rating based on your next... Nah, I'm fine with that rating. That was totally fine. Congrats for qualifying for ranked also. Yeah, you don't have to make fun of me. 67 Division 3. So, let's not talk about that. But when can you have media day parties with the other day outside the track events? Did you have fun? That was fun, definitely. Like, on the MX-5 I had a lot of fun with the AI so far. So is there anyone... Is that... How many people sign up? Oh no, it's... Huh? What's that? Where can I see... Oh, no entries on the leaderboard. Is that races? Is that leaderboards? Is that... Austin, tell us. Oh, Ross McGregor from Traction. Points 35. 1 start, 0 wins. What did he win for? Porsche Challenge on Nürburgring Grand Prix. Of course. You must participate in at least 2 events in every round on the schedule in order to qualify. Okay. Why do I see when it starts? Oh, there. So it's oh, sorry, pressed the wrong button. So it's 5 minutes until this race, right? But I don't know. Oh, show registered. Ah, no one's registered right now. I mean, it's not surprising, right? We had someone in your first lap spinning out left and right. Yeah, the MX-5 feels good. I like it. Let's. Someone wished for the Corvette that no one drove so far. So let's bring on the Corvette C6. I mean, the Corvette C6 has to be yellow. It looks so much bulkier at the front. But that might be because I'm used to the C5. But I thought the C6 was also not as bulky here. Nobody's run at least one race yet in some championships. Ah, okay. Alright. So where do we go? We did Monza. Spa. Didn't do Daytona yet. Do Lexington. Definitely not doing Bathurst. Just dislike better. Let's go Nürburgring, the normal one. And let's go for a race. And we want GT racing. Yeah, we only go GT. Which as many cars as we can. It's different from the street version. Yeah, I know that, but I always had the feeling that also the race car was a bit more flat-nosed. Was it not? Am I wrong on that? Berserker Customs, also in the chat. Like personal aggression in races with the AI, like they get upset with you and possibly throughout the career session. That's something, by the way, that Nesca Heat 5 has. Not the new one as far as I can tell from trying it out, but Nesca Heat 5 has it. Let's race with GT1 cars again. But this time we'll bring a beautiful Corvette. Corvette Eddie. Ah, that's a shift. Wait, I want to do Shifter. Shifter is so fun with these cars. Where is the Shifter? By the way, I did not say that once today. Obviously, we will always be happy if you leave a thumbs up for the stream. Or if you head over to overtake.gg where you find all the other information, or subscribe to our channel, or even support us with €1 a month if you become a premium member on Overtake. Which also gets you a giveaway every month. So, we might even give away a Mercedes AMG wheel. Just saying, between us. And you can take part in the I'm so lost today doing all the racing community review program, where we send brand new gear, sometimes even under NDA, to you. You try it out, you write an article about it, let people know how you think it is, and you can keep it. All right, there you go. That was my advertisement for today. I'm not capable of doing more. But if you want to support us, that would be really, really cool. All right, let's do this. So different now to what we just had. I think there's a bit like real life, a bit of traffic on the inside. Oh my goodness me, it's a lot of power. Holy cow. Oh, what did settle in there? Still got the car. We're still fine, we're still fine. Alright. Ah, we toned them down to 85. That's why I can go through the field like this. I forgot. I was like, man, I became quick. Someone tapped me on the rear. I just like when you blip the throttle on this, how it sounds. Still a car next to me. Austin, why is there no radar? We dropped frames? Crazy. We're like at 45. Wait. That can't be it. We're at 45 frames. That is impossible. Is it just that it, at some point then, because we ran into a few problems, now has problems with frames? So we're at 45, basically flat that race. I will quickly do this. Restart the game. And see if it's different now. Because, like I said, in entire testing and all that is 100 all the time, above 100. Austin going for the same arguments other people do, like when it's the vice versa. He went sideways. Can't be some guy. Unfortunately, Giants Engine 10.00 is not responding. But that was just because I was really wanted it. I wanted it to be quicker out of the game, and then it did this Windows thingy that we already talked about, which happens if you're a bit not patient with the game. Yeah, it could be the memory or something similar. That's true. But with a 5080 and everything, I was expecting a bit more. But like I said, previously I had very good frames the entire time. So we're restarting it. I'll bring it up again. Obviously, keep in mind, I also costing frames with streaming from the same PC because I'm currently not using a dual streaming setup like I did before. Alright, so we use the same again. Everything is still set up, that's great. But we will give the AI a bit more oomph again. And then see how it is. Streaming for quite a while already, right? Oh, 3.5 hours. Holy cow. If I don't see a lot of thumbs up at the end, I'm really devastated. I will be so devastated that... Oh no, I can't say that. I was about to say, then I will stream another racing title. Punish all of you. Alright.
Good luck, mate. You can do it.
Now we got 69. 70? I love the Corvettes, they're so cool. Yeah, we're getting 60 frames, that's not a lot. Is it the track? Oh, this time they're bunched up a bit more. Not enough for me to win a ton of spots, but at least a few. That's what I mean with the AI sometimes, like they're really aggressive on the corner. But I also send it, so I guess it's my fault. There's so much torque on this car. Yeah, that is the right thing, TN. That's how it's done. Knock out your brother to give it a like. Around the outside. 2 overtake Renee's go around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Didn't work though. The Viper's still in front of me. Come on! Send it like Ricky Bobby. Oh, that was a bit too harsh, I admit. And now I'm 55 frames. Why am I so low on frames? Oh, my hood is, Stephen Hood is damaged. Going forward, all my hoods will be called Stephen, so we can do this joke all day long. Yeah, it's not aero anymore, that's for sure. I love that they can destroy their own rear lights as well. So you just have one braking light. I'm a tad over aggressive. Wouldn't drive the same way real life, I'll tell you that. Let's go outside just to hear the car. Oh, yeah, that was too much. That was. Ah, now I want to buy a Corvette. It's so cool. I can't do third person driving. Feels so weird. You still feel differences to the C5, which is really funny. It's not the exact same feel, which is obviously correct, right? They're not the same car, but... Oh, it's C5 versus C6. No, that's the C6 as well. I'm wrong. Or is it? Two lines on it. Oh, I went far over. I thought I can do that. Definitely not. With a slide going through there. That little tap was up. Yeah, my car was done. Oh, I think I broke a toe link or something. I came out and that felt horrible. Oh, well, that was fun. I like the Corvette. I think it's a very cool car. You can quickly look into the replay so you see a car that's not damaged. Oh, I'm wasted right now. Oh, look, all the Corvettes in the rear. So the ghosting seems to only be a thing when it's chase cam and replay, right? Interesting. I mean, at least that means if you play like with controller and put... oh, someone spun around! That Viper got lost somehow. Alright. Now I get it. Oh, I was fighting that blue Corvette the entire time, basically. Damn it. Ah, yeah, you mean the number plates. Oh, what? Oh, around the outside didn't work either. Yep. But it was worth a try. Alright, before we close this chapter for today, because it's 11:30 over here now. Anything you want to see again? I mean, we talked about ray tracing. I said I could not find it in any of the menus. So these are the graphical settings. In display there's nothing, just so that you can see it. And this is it. So there is no ray tracing as far as I can tell. So on that, anything else? Is anyone wanting to see anything we can discuss? I mean, I went on, I think, for 10 minutes discussing behavior on racing servers. Sorry for that, but I hope that some people might got a point and even share it. Current track list. I think we had like the track list you can find right now on overtake.gg. I would ask you to just go there. The car list, because it's relatively long. The track we can quickly have a look at again. Relatively easy. So we got Brianza, which is Misano. Wasn't Misano last weekend. It's Monza. Okay, entire Multiclass Park, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, Daytona. Then this is Donington, Kyalami, Lexington, Lime Rock Park, Mount Panorama, Silverstone, the Nürburgrings, San Marino, which is Imola, Sebring, Spielberg, Sao Paulo, and Zolder. Is that race replay set? Is that a trick question? Because right now there's still an embargo on any video that rates this with a point system. But I think we discussed that during the stream a lot. I think there's still issues with every modern game, right? But I think it's solid. Did I have fun? Yes. Did I like the racing AI? Yes. Do I want to try it out multiplayer? Yes. Did I enjoy some of the cars really, really much? Yes. Did I dislike some of the cars? Yes. Might also be my FFB setting or me not familiar because we obviously changed cars every single race. But yeah. This basically it. Like, solid for now. There will be a review and we will go through everything. I'm pretty sure that Michael and Yannick will do it. And I did not spend enough time yet to be like, oh yeah, that's that good and this is that bad. I enjoyed my time. I think it's solid, and looking at some other releases we had the last years, it's by far not the worst, that's for sure. I think it has potential. And like I said, I enjoyed my time. Can you show us the different tracks in GTP Championships, Korea and GT3? I think we showed them for LMDH. Can we quickly do that somehow? Can we go single player, Korea? So this is LMDH World Championship. So does Kyalami, Sebring, Monza, Silverstone, Spa, Nürburgring, and Interlagos. And now we would need to basically create a new career. Just give us a ton of money. And give us a sponsor that pays all of our fees. And then we just buy a GT3 car. Oh, I like the NSX. The NSX existed in Project Cars 2 with a livery with my name on. But there was also a button with my face on in Project Cars 2. Yeah. Now everyone's wondering why, but that's fine. I just want to brag, at least for once, because I really, really loved that. When I was younger, I was like, damn, I am in the game. I still like it, to be honest. Alright, bought that. Let's see. GT3 World Championship. Register. Monza, Silverstone, Spa, Nürburgring, and Spielberg. So these are the two World Championships, G3 and LMDH. I hope that answered your question. Only Motorsport 33. Thanks for the subscription. A lot of question marks, GTX 7. Yeah, Killian, you can. There's definitely a button with me on, definitely. There's definitely a car. And I can tell you it's an NSX. It's blue. Alright. If there are no other questions I can now immediately attend to, then I think we are done for today. Tim, I literally licensed this game every car. What, was someone questioning you what you did? How many brands brakes? And yeah, it's like even liveries. It's not easy. I licensed a few cars and tracks for R-Factor 2 still. Obviously, Tim also knows those times. It's not as easy as it sometimes sounds, especially with older stuff. Or like Nürburgring had a few sponsors in the license, but not every single sign on the side. And then you try to get all of them, or at least contact someone. And if they're not familiar with sim racing, they're like, "Oh, we don't know what this is, and we don't want to get involved." And it's hard. So there we go. Yep, you're welcome, Race Replays. I will switch this to Cam. And then I will say once again, head over to overtake.gg, our website, get involved, at least create an account, it's for free. Or if you want to support us, it's €1 a month. I would really appreciate that because I'm thirsty after those streams, so I need to afford drinks. Like I said, you get giveaways for that, you get the chance to test equipment and keep it. So I think it's a nice deal. Otherwise, at least give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Is that a deal? If you don't want to go over to the website, I think that's fair as well. Have a good night, everyone. Great day. And if there are any other questions, come to our Discord or send me a message on the website. one of the articles about PMR whatsoever, we always try our best to figure things out and then let you know. Or even talk to Tim and his team at Straight 4. But that's also for any other game. If you want something, reach out. We do our best. So, take care, everyone. I don't have any end card this time because Michael is still not back and did not send me the Ultra video we normally have. So this will be a cut. I will just leave my spot and then I will cut the stream. Hi, everyone. Enjoy. Take care. This is Old Man Getting Out of Rig Part 1.